Be quiet for a second.
It's a good shot right here. It's a good shot.
I already got that shot covered. That's right there, bro. It's that shot of the house. You gotta be up. You gotta be like up in your grill. You're gonna make new friends.
I can't, Mom.
Testing, test 1 2, testing 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Device volume. What is the device volume? Turn the device volume down. Device volume. Testing 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Oh, actually, one shot I needed to get. Making a commercial for Broward Media before I leave my going away gift. And we can use it, so that kind of sweet. Dominique, can you hear me? Testing 1 2, test. Turn on the cue and turn it off program. Alright, put the neck comp into Audition. Okay, and then put the board into Audition. On the right side. Where it's, I think it says like monitor 1 now. It's like 1, 2, program, Audition, mono. On the right side. Okay. You're lying to me. So it's in Audition in the neck comp, and it started on the... Turn off the cue, put it in Audition. What do you got? Neck comp is in Audition, that's turned on. Okay, yep. And show me the screen. Yeah, that one. That one's playing. Make sure. Sometimes YouTube has the. There you go. Yep. Knew it. All right. All right, you can hear us now. We're good. Coming in clear.
Yep, they're good.
All right, test, 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 test. All right. Let me know if any issues occur.
Okay.
Just put that back in program at 6:30. You can leave us on right now. I'm gonna mute it. All right. Bye.
This is Brockway Rovers football, streaming live on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106, made possible by Joe's Tuck Shop, Stars Trailer Sales, Hugh Water, Yardworks, Clyde Ferrero, DeLulo Transport, Jim's Custom and Collision, Inzana and Malillo, Spitzer Chevy GMC and Cadillac of DuBois, Fran Morelli, Ferrero Crook and Ferrero, Napa Auto Parts of DuBois, Smith Lawn and Landscaping, VSI, Acrisure, and Waste Management. Let's go Rovers!
Welcome to the Acrisure of DuBois pregame show.
Yeah, hey, welcome everybody. We are at Frank Verchetti Field in downtown Brockway. I'm Bill Edwards along with Jared Holbert, and I can't help it, we couldn't find anybody else. So Jared's with me tonight, and we're going to bring you a game here between the Bradford Owls and the Brockway Rovers. Rovers coming into this game with a record of 4-2. The Owls are 1-5. We'll be back with analysis right after this. Okay, another fireside chat with Coach Jake. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, you had an interesting game last week.
Yeah.
I mean, 1918 was a bad year. You know, we had the plague back then, the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
My grandmother died in 1918 of Spanish flu, so I thought of that when
Sorry
I was
about your loss.
It goes back a little ways. But, you know, what surprised me was, I mean, the game for a while was pretty boring.
Yeah.
I mean, from our perspective anyway, not for you perhaps, but you know, back and forth. 15 penalties in the game, by the way.
Yep.
15 flags in the field. Somebody needs to be sponsoring the penalties. I mean, they get their name called a lot.
I agree. That seems like a very good sponsorship to have.
Well, I suggested maybe law enforcement or the lawyers, you know, might be a good slot, a good place for them to do that. But what surprised me, you know, 1918, they've got a chance to win it with a 2-point conversion, and they ran the play they ran. And I'm thinking, there's no way I would have run that against you guys, what they ran.
Yeah.
And you got Corsetti back there, RPO, you know. I mean, that's probably what I would have done. But anyway, it was to your benefit because I just thought the call was.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. You know, the score is 19-6 going into the fourth quarter. Our game plan had worked perfectly to that point. Very impressed with, you know, how our O-line took over that game up until the fourth quarter, and defense was, you know, other than their first drive, pitching a shutout. But Dom Corsetti, their quarterback, just willed himself back into that game. I mean, I hate to say single-handedly. I know there's 11 guys on the field, but single-handedly willed them back into that game, and that kid is impressive. I mean, I think we talked last week. I kept calling him an athlete. I think you can kind of see why I was calling him that now. I mean, the kid is just tough, and you heard him throughout the game jumping on his guys to step it up and pick it up. I'm really impressed by that kid. And then for them to will themselves back into that game, you know, what I said to our crew after was for us to, again, for all intents and purposes, you know, they're going for 2 to close the game out and win it. You know, most teams are shell-shocked at that point that a team got back in the game when it was 19-6. For our guys to step up defensively and Blake Mowry, you know, take on what was like a triple team. You know, there's 2 offensive linemen and then a fullback hitting them, or a tight end or a wing, and to be able to push through there. And, you know, I talked to the officials after, and it was the same thing I saw on film. He pushed through there, grabbed Henry's knee and dropped it to the ground right in front of the official. Then you saw piles of bodies laying there, and they're kind of, you know, I said, you know, you can tell he was short because of their reaction was like, oh man, did he get in? Our guys were going crazy. For a sophomore to do that in a game that was a must-win for our program, was extremely impressed on our resiliency. Wasn't overly happy with, you know, how we closed the game out. You know, I think when you have a team in that position, 19-6, you know, you hope that you can keep churning the ball, and we did. We got down to, I think, like the 15, 20-yard line on the last time we touched the ball 2 times before we finished that game out, and couldn't plug it in. So I kind of challenged the guys this week. When you have a team in that position, you just gotta close it out. You got to know how to smell blood in the water, because you leave a Dom Corsetti, an opportunity to get back in that ball game, he will.
Well, the big thing today, we know it on every level, and that is that the quarterback position has changed. They're not just looking for that 6'5" kid that weighs 240 pounds that can stand back there in the pocket. And we saw, perhaps Pittsburgh with Roethlisberger was the last time we saw a guy like that.
Yeah.
The teams that really do well, one of two things: either they have a quarterback that's really athletic and fast, and could real pressure on the defense, or they have a line that can keep the guy standing up, back there to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And I was thinking this week about Penn State. When Christian Hackberg was there, okay, he's 6'4", 6'5", 235. And standing back there, and what happened with Christian, and then what's happening with Aller today, the same kind of quarterback that can't really move very well. Yeah. And then you look at teams. So what they do is they put all of their coins in that basket without Aller coming in. In other words, bringing another Hackenberg in. Yeah. And they get rid of Fabula, who is another McSorley. Yeah. And so I just kind of shake my head and say, wait a minute, you got rid of the athlete, and so forth. And the problem with the high school team is that you can't always get a kid like Corsetti to come in that can run the ball and really put pressure on the defense. And so, and I know you're playing Bradford this week. Bradford's 1-5. They beat Montauk. So how good is Montauk? So it's easy, it's easy to say, oh, well, it's Bradford. And there are some people that have said, and you've heard it, and I've heard it many times, well, any team could beat any other team on any given night. Well, of course, that's not true. Yeah. Unless you're talking about the pros. If you're talking about the NFL, obviously it would be far more true there. But when you're talking about high school, that is not true.
Yeah, the only counter to that I would say is when talking about Bradford, they are a 4A school, right? They're one of the biggest schools in District 9, which is unbelievable to think, and they show up, and I don't know how many guys they have on their roster, but there's an advantage there. We're suiting up 20-25 guys. There is an advantage to having 40 guys, 50 guys on their team. When we have two-way starters that are also on kickoff, that are on kick return, on punt return, you can line change at a school of that size. So what we kind of prepared our guys for this week is to make sure that that there's no third quarter or fourth quarter letdown because we're winded or we're tired or because they can rotate guys in and out. It's no secret what their record is. But I do think that they did something unique this year where they've run the spread the last few years with Talon Reese, their quarterback that graduated. He's now at Wheeling. And now they're doing a lot of under center. They're doing some misdirection. I think it was a good strategy on their coaching staff's part. It is unbelievable when you think in retrospect of some of the Bradford teams from the early 2000s that were juggernauts. But I still think with District 9, with our schedule, with injuries this late in the year, there's no sleeping on anybody. I do believe that. There's enough talent with 40 or 50 guys on a roster at Bradford. They have a really talented wide receiver that he can score on you, and he's done it to some pretty good teams. And if we fall asleep at the wheel here after a big win like last week, there's an opportunity to let them hang around a little bit. But the message this week was, we've got some things we need to get better at. I think last week we established the run very well. I mean, even like you're talking about, right, with Aiden Patton on the ground a little bit. I want to see our pass game start to light up the board a little bit more. We've got weapons out there at receiver and Doherty and Himes and Kyle Kennedy and Colton Kale and Benny Bash, and we've got to be able to find ways to if somebody does stuff our run a little bit, we've got to get a little better in the pass game. And I think defensively, I think we're doing pretty well in takeaways right now, but I think that's something that we could ball hawk a whole lot better. Whether it's stripping at the ball from defensive line and linebacker perspective, and coming off of a couple weeks where there was a ton of misdirection, and at times we did struggle with it. And any team will struggle with that misdirection. That's the whole purpose of that offense. If we can get sound, if we can keep improving, some things that also happened last week that we didn't get to talk about, and I heard it on your broadcast. Joe said, make sure you ask Coach Heigl what happened with those onside kicks, right? So we worked special teams. I was very pleased with last week. There's still things we can get better at it with. But I did want to tell Joe, the rule is that if your kicker is the one to place the ball on the tee, and he walks back, he cannot go further than 5 yards, or he has to be the one to kick it. Now, that is a rule I was not told about, that before every game, just like insider information here, you sit and you talk to the officials about, any kind of trick plays you have or any special teams plays you have. And we had run through that before with them, and I don't know if it was the way we were describing it that didn't raise any ears, but the discussion after the game was, there was some miscommunication on what was legal and what wasn't. The first one was an inadvertent whistle when we did onside and on the opening kickoff, which was frustrating, but our guys, I like just the chaos of that. I think you put a team on their heels and a coaching staff on their heels when you have those. And, Coach Anthony Benson does a great job with that. That is his baby, those onside kicks. And I think he said we're up to 12 of them that we have from different guys and different places. But I want to make sure I mention that because Joe said he wanted to know what the rule was.
Well, yeah, we didn't know what it was either because we don't always get updates on, some of that stuff. And we were wondering what was happening on the field because we didn't hear a whistle, but there was a whistle apparently. But yeah, you're right about if teams don't know that that's coming, or if they know that it could come, it changes how they practice too against your kickoff.
Yes.
The run game has definitely been a benefit. Ware has done a great job.
Yes.
Running the football. Tough kid, not a great big kid, but a tough runner. And to throw that in the mix, and then different offenses that were kind of in almost a pro set last week a little bit, and the terminology changes. I'm an old school guy, so some of the new terminology when they talked about, for instance, about motion, you've got jet motion, but then the motion behind is often called orbit motion, which they use today, which wasn't used before. I used to just say when it was jet motion, I would call jet motion. If it was motion behind, I would just say motion. So I didn't give it a name, but anyway, I think that as you alluded to, the misdirection stuff, which we saw, Wednesday, we were at Carn City with our junior high here, and you see a lot of that kind of stuff there, and you will see it again too in your future. But your future right now is tonight. Mm-hmm. So Bradford, I guess what I was alluding to earlier about what statement I had made about any team being any team. Montauk is not going to beat Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
True, you are correct. You are correct.
That kind of scenario. So So any injury issues tonight, or are you guys in good shape?
We're in pretty good shape. We're getting some guys back that we lost earlier in the year as time goes on. I think anytime you get anybody back this late in the year is a good thing. Obviously with our numbers, injuries are a concern, so we're trying to take care of them. But at the same time, we know we got to push each other during the week. And I'm a big believer that iron sharpens iron, and if we don't push each other during the week, there's nothing better than Maddox Decker going against Ben Yale during the week. I mean, it's hard for me to believe there's many guys out there they'll see that are more talented than each other. You get sprinkled in here and there, but we keep pushing them in the right way, and we're very lucky to have Joel Bowers as our athletic trainer. He's keeping us upright right now. So shout out to Joel Bowers. He is completely we call him ours, but he's the school's athletic trainer, and he does a fantastic job. He sends me reports every week, and he is working overtime with our team right now.
I'm glad you mentioned the athletic trainer, because sometimes they don't get enough credit for what they do and the value they have to a school.
Yes.
And so you're absolutely right.
It's huge.
They need to be there. Garden City, I know they have a gentleman that's a bit older. He's probably maybe in his 50s.
Yeah.
Really great.
Really
interacted with him. We had a kid go down, not seriously, but in chatting with him, he's been around a long time and he's seen it all. And talking to one of their people, I said, "Can we just throw him on our bus and take him back to Du Bois?" And he said, "No. We can't get rid of him. We need to have him. He's terrific." And so I'm glad you have one.
Yeah, we're
one
lucky.
like that.
Very lucky.
Game is on. We'll be on air at 6:30 tonight. Game begins at 7 now. We're
Correct.
In October.
Homecoming.
And homecoming tonight. So be looking forward to not so many penalties not so many flags on the field. Now, I'll ask before we leave. I'll ask you this: Are teams, like your game the other night, are they committing more of these, or are officials seeing more? I mean, what's going on with all the flags?
I do think each year there is hot topics among the officiating crews. Kevin Doverspike and Dave Blair, I believe, run this chapter, and there will be they go through the rules interpretation meeting, and you can see when they're starting to talk about things very specifically. I think that the battles that are occurring in District 9 right now, the dog fights that are coming down to 1-2 plays at the end of the game, when that happens, you see a guy will hold his hands outside a little more onto a block a little longer, right? And that's where you get a holding flag. I'm post whistle flags I am not okay with. The ones that are in between, stuff like that happens, whether it's pass interference or it's a hold, but the extracurricular stuff is the stuff that we really try to get rid of. And it's really what we say to the guys is, ultimately, what you're doing, is it benefiting the team to win? You're holding on to a guy a little longer and it pops a run. That's trying to help the team win. You're getting into it with somebody after the play and you can't control your emotions. That's selfish, right? It's the same. I look at our coaching staff the same way. I have a role on our staff that nobody talks to the officials but me, which is hilarious because I think I'm the only one on our staff to ever be ejected. In my first year,
that game very well.
First year. But as I got older, you realize that whatever you think you're going to say to an official or an opposing player, they're not going to agree with you. They've made the call, and you just have to respectfully ask for an explanation. So we're progressing as a program in that way too over the years, and I just think it makes for a whole better working environment for all parties.
Well, and there's a lot to be said for class in the midst of a storm,
no doubt.
And so I think I'll talk with my friend Jared back here, Jared Howard, and see if we can get the Federal Order of Police to sponsor the flags. So maybe that's something that we can do, Jared. Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tonight again, kickoff at 7 o'clock, and we'll see you there.
Sounds good. Go Rovers.
Acrisure of Du Bois is a proud supporter of Brockway football. We understand dreams, teamwork, and the drive to win.
For personal lines, call Ryan Carr and Sheila Jameson. For commercial lines, call Jake Heigl and Brian Riley. For benefits, call Francine Shimcock. They'll take care of your business from property to payroll because you've got dreams and we've got solutions.
At Acrisure, we help protect and grow what you've worked hard for. Acrisure of Du Bois, the same local people working hard for you.
Get your questions answered locally at Acrisure on Meadow Lane at Du Bois. Property and casualty insurance, specializing in both business and personal needs.
Acrisure of Du Bois, protecting what matters most.
who knows everything about water, from well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals, and water pumps and water treatment.
Hugh Water Service.
That's us.
With over 35 years of water experience, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water treatment systems.
That's us.
Voted best in the Tri-County, family owned and operated on Route 219, just south of Brockway. Or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us.
hughwaterservices.com.
When you need a tux or just a suit,
formal wear
for a wedding,
prom, homecoming, and semi-formal dance,
any important occasion, look your best.
With the hottest styles from Joe's Tuck Shop,
including suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. All the accessories like shoes
and shirts, suspenders,
dry cleaning and alterations too.
For tux fittings, stop by today at Joe's Tuck Shop,
West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois.
When you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe'sTuckShop.com. Go Rovers!
Okay, we are back waiting for the game to begin. You're about 11 minutes and a half away from kickoff. And I hope you enjoy the interviews with Coach Jake. We do hope that you get some good information, and we have a little fun with it as well. And Jared Herbert is with me tonight, as he is on occasion, and glad to have him back. But as we look at this one tonight, we're looking at teams going opposite directions. Brockway now is 4-2. We know that Bradford, the Owls, are 1-5. The only team they beat was Montauk, and Montauk's down yet another year this year. But as we discussed, Jared, before the during the interview, when you get to high school football, there are some things that maybe look pretty even on paper, but you don't know how they're going to play out. And but it's still an issue that you have teams that are really, really good, and you're going to have teams that are really, really bad. It's just the way it works out. And in schools, and especially small schools, you might have a couple of years that are really good, and then you fall on hard times. And I think that's where the Owls are right now, where the last several years they've fallen on hard times, and it may be a hard time for them tonight as well.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of the coaches for Brockway, and they brought up a really good point, and I think it's something that we don't think about a whole lot. I said, how are you guys looking tonight against Bradford? And he said, I think we should handle business. We should do what we're supposed to do, but you never know what goes on in the mind of a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid. You could have players who, I don't know, they had a spat with their girlfriend, or they're having issues in a class or something else, and mentally they're just not there and they don't play. And you would think that with a team like Brockway and Bradford that Brockway should still handle their business, but sometimes they don't.
Well, you have a roster of 51 kids from Bradford, but it doesn't. The numbers don't matter. It's how good are the numbers. How good are the people that represent those numbers. And so when you look at Brockway and you look at the athleticism, it's far greater than apparently what we had on the Bradford team. So even if Brockway doesn't play their best tonight, I think they're still in very good position. That's just my analysis of it. And down the road now, you don't want kids, kids do this. They're looking ahead a little bit because next week they've got Carn City, which is going to be a total turnaround from the team that they're facing tonight.
Yeah, and when you look at the teams during warm-ups, so for Brockway, for example, I was down there standing on the field looking at the players, and it's like, they have tall, athletic guys, and when they do their warm-ups, they look the part. And Bradford honestly didn't look the part for the most part. In warm-ups, you look at players and you think, well, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. And so you can see that with Brockway. At the beginning of the season, they start in January doing workouts and doing things to get themselves ready. I'm not sure what Bradford does, but it does look very different. But you're right. You can't look ahead because you need a win tonight to keep your goals of making it to the playoffs alive.
Well, it's very unusual, but you make a good point. And that is that you can tell in warm-ups what is happening many times by watching teams warm up. And I know that happened a couple of years ago. I won't get into it, but watching a team that warmed up in a playoff game against the Rovers, and their warm-up told me that they're going to be tough to beat tonight, even though they were picked to lose. And they did win. and you get to see it in the warm-up because I think the Rovers on that night were looking ahead to the next game, so that can happen, as you said, with 16, 17-year-olds and so forth. So, well, we're going to be back with starting line some more, but before we do that, we're going to take this little timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Rogos.
Rogus.
Rogos.
Rogus.
Rogos.
Hi, this is Tim Rogus, and I don't mind how you pronounce my name, just so you stop over and see what I feel is the best selection of pre-owned vehicles that are fully serviced to the highest standards in the business. So stop over and see us where I know you'll meet the friendliest staff around. And if you can't get out, you can always shop at rogusauto.com. That's ROGOS auto.com. And see why they say those who know go to Rogus.
Rogus Auto Sales.
Hi, it's Mike at DeLulo Transport in DuBois. For the last 14 years, DeLulo Transport has been providing reliable transportation services to our customers. Now, we've added a new division, DT Auto Glass. DT Auto Glass is performing windshield repair and replacement for all makes and models of vehicles, including medium and heavy-duty trucks. Our technician, Kevin, has been installing glass in the area for over 30 years and takes pride in his work. For a quote or to schedule a repair or mobile appointment, call 814-503-4131 or stop by our shop at 349 DuBois Street.
It's football season, and the team at Spitzer Chevrolet GMC Cadillac DuBois is proud to support the Brockway Rovers.
Whether you're a rookie buyer or a seasoned pro, our team can help you find the perfect vehicle at a great price, like a new Chevy Silverado, Equinox, a GMC, or Sierra. Powertrain warranty at no additional cost.
You're always the MVP at Spitzer Chevrolet GMC Cadillac DuBois. Our world revolves around you. Find us at SpitzerGMDuBois.com.
Okay, we are back. We're about 5 minutes, more like 6 minutes before kickoff here. And, Jared, you have, I think, our starting lineup, some more.
Yes, I do. And also with the weather tonight, it's a nice...
We are definitely having weather.
Boy. We are, and it's another clear night. You're welcome. It seems like when I come to these games, it's clear, nice night. Weather's nice, 70 degrees, sunset. Yeah, all right, so we'll start with the Bradford Owls. The starting lineup here, hopefully I don't butcher any names. Number 2, Fabian Shirk. Number 3, Caden Kissier. Number 7, Andrew Giordano. Number 10, Colton Miller. 18, Braylon Austin. Number 30, Logan Kohler. Number 33, Tommy Langdon. 53, Blake Callahan. 55, Braylon Little. 58, Jacob Abers. 68, Bryce Thomas. Wow, nice singing out there. For the Brockway Rovers, number 1, Cole Sr., who is not a senior. Number 2, Xavier Schwentner. 6, Carter Himes. 9, Colin Weir. 17, Kyle Kennedy. 50, Maddox Decker. 55, Blake Mowry. 57, Ben Yale. 59, John Winnings, and a mystery lineman.
Yes, we have to see who's playing for Butters tonight. We don't know yet. His number was 56, and sometimes he wore number 5 as well, but he won't be wearing number 5 tonight because he won't be playing tonight. He is walking the sideline. In fact, he just came out. He's got a cast on his left wrist. But they do expect he might be playing next week, so we'll see. Just kind of padded up and play. I think he's got a minor fracture to a wrist, which I think he'll be able to play with. Might remind you also that this is homecoming night tonight, so there are going to be some extra activities going on, and apparently we've got about 3:46, so I don't know whether they're going to do it pregame or whether they're going to do it halftime, but it looks like they're ready to do it here in the pregame, so we'll see what happens there. And shortly we'll also have the national anthem coming up, so we'll be ready to take a break for that as well. Again, we are just about 4 minutes away looking for the national anthem right now, and so while they're getting ready for that, we're going to step aside, and we'll be back with more of our pregame show right after this.
Hey, Rovers fans, there's a flag on the field when it comes to tackling your yard work.
Change your game plan by calling the winning team at Smith Lawn and Landscaping, proud supporters of Rovers football.
With over 20 years' experience, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is your go-to for custom designs and building and maintaining beautiful landscapes that boost your property's value.
Spike the ball in your own beautiful yard thanks to Smith Lawn and Landscaping on Facebook and SmithLawnandLandscaping.com. Go Rovers!
If you love your RV, but it may need some TLC.
Get it campsite ready with Star's Trailer Sales. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, Star's has the bays and the RVIA trained service technicians to get your camper back on the road.
Including a fully stocked RV parts and accessory store.
Satellite services, hitches and wiring, LP gas service, and more.
Order parts, set an appointment. Check out our trailer inventory at starstrailersales.com.
That's STARRS trailersales.com. Route 219 in Brockway.
Your full service RV dealership since 1968.
Verichetti Holdings LP, which includes Phoenix Sintered Metals, Superior Energy Resources, and Allegheny Electric Service, is proud to support our hometown Brockway Rovers football team. Phoenix Sintered Metals specializes in powder metal technology and manufacturing for the automotive, agricultural, HVAC, and medical markets. Superior Energy Resources is a leader in providing 24/7 on-site support to the oil and gas industry across the East Central U.S. Allegheny Electric Service is committed to providing expert electrical resources. On the field or in the workplace, excellence, teamwork, and responsibility make the difference. Go Rovers!
Since 1969, Clyde Ferrero & Company has grown to be one of the largest providers of accounting and tax services in Clearfield, Jefferson, Elk, Clarion, and surrounding counties in western PA, providing a large variety of services to fit your personal and business needs, from manufacturing, construction, and small business to energy industries, nonprofits, and everything in between. Clyde Ferrero & Company treats you like a partner, offering direct access to staff knowledgeable in your industry. A proud supporter of Brockway football. Clyde Ferrero & Company of DuBois. Become a partner today. CFCCPA.com.
Welcome back to the Acroshore pregame show on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106. And just a reminder that the lineups that we just gave you a moment ago are brought to you courtesy of Joe's Tuck Shop.
Okay, thank you, Joe's Tuck Shop. And we are waiting. We're having the music still out here in front of us. And we are going to have the coin toss shortly as the band is getting ready to leave the field. Again, we're at hometown, Brockway, Frank Verichetti Field. Rovers tonight taking on the Bradford Owls. Long drive for the Bradford Owls. I'm glad we didn't have to go up there tonight.
That is a long drive. There's a couple games that Brockway plays every year where you're hoping you're not on the away side of that.
Yeah, there are a few. I mean, of course, Bradford is one. Of course, Karn City is another.
Port Allegheny's a long one.
Port Allegheny's a long one. You and I were up there, 2 years ago? It was a Saturday afternoon. Mm-hmm. It got really warm, too, if I remember correctly.
You got a sunburn.
Yes, I did. My head got sunburned. I used to use Head and Shoulders. Now I use Mop and Glow. Okay.
So, I'm going to guess by deductive reasoning that number 56 is actually what number 5 is on here. That'd be Michael Zucchelli. So we'll go with that.
Yeah, I would be my guess. I think you're right. Yeah, that's what we have on our list here. So we're going to go with that, and we'll see what happens. And he's a big kid, too. I mean, 6'4", 195.
He's a big guy. Yeah. So when they need a lineman, they're like, hey, let's look who the big guy is.
Yeah.
Zucchelli.
Got a couple big guys. Of course, Yale comes in, and he's a big dude over there, too.
That's Brockway in general has. I mean, you just look at the guys down the field, and you look at the roster. I mean, most of the guys are over 6 foot tall, and they're over $180. So they're doing something right, and they're feeding them something right.
Yeah, and the fact is they can move as well. I mean, it's one thing just to be big, but this game these days you have to have feet that can move also. So and they certainly proved their worth last week against Keystone, make that stand with a 2-point conversion try, and so that's why we gave the players of the game to the defense, because they did a really good job, especially on that play.
So it looks like Brockway has won the toss, and they've elected to defer.
They've done that mostly this year.
Bradford has elected to take the ball, which would make sense.
Yes.
You don't want to kick the ball twice.
There are only two choices, Jared.
Although we played a team once, I remember it was Sayre. They won the toss, or we won the toss. We elected to defer. They chose to kick off, and their coach said at the kickoff, he's like, "It's not going to matter anyway." I mean, it ended up not mattering, but you kind of felt like it was a slap in the face.
Nothing like an encouraging word. Well, I like the team that says we're going to defer, we're also going to receive.
Well, a reminder here as we're getting ready to go that the kickoff tonight are sponsored by Yardworks. Transform your outdoor space with Yardworks.
All right, thank you, Yardworks. Getting ready for the kickoff. Try to pick up those numbers back there who are ready to receive. I'll have the younger eyes do that. That would be Jared.
Oh man, we're both horrible at this. we can only make the excuse it's the jerseys so many times.
Well, obviously, Brockway's in their black.
Yeah.
With their red numbers, and they are hard to see.
Why can't they choose colors like Mercer does, where it's blue and fluorescent green or something like lime green? That's really easy to see.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Excuse me. I'm thinking I'm seeing number 30 back there, and that would be Kohler, Logan Kohler. I think he's the deep man, if I'm correct. And it's going to be an onside kick, and it's going to be picked up by a guy.
Like number 61, rumbling and bumbling.
And he's rumbling down. He gets it on the bounce, and he takes it inside the 30, inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it right, I think, at the 20-yard line. And so there's
Luke Erickson, 6'3", 210 pounds. He looked a little bigger than 210.
Yeah, I'd say that's about the first time that's probably happened to them this year, is where they're able to get an onside kick and rumble all the way down to the 20-yard line. And so Bradford, they're going to start off in very, very good field position.
Reminder that first quarter is sponsored by DeLulo Transport. Reliability to delivery on deadline is what they do best.
Okay, trips to the far side this time. One split to the near side. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is a senior, but that ball is knocked down over there. And I believe that is, let's see, number 2. I think that's Schwentner. I think Schwentner playing off that corner knocked that ball down. The quarterback, they got 2 quarterbacks listed for Bradford. Number 7 has got starting, and Andrew Giordano, and 5'10", 190, and then they have a sophomore listed as well. But the senior is starting. Where's number 7? Again, trips to the far side, same formation, one sidecar to the near side. Pitch out to the sidecar this time. He's going to be hit immediately for a big loss.
By Michael Zucchelli, number 56.
And I'm trying to see that number. I think it is 33. Is it 33? Yes, 33. And 33, I have to turn my sheet over here, Jared, is Tommy Langdon.
Mm-hmm.
He's a junior, 5'8", and 190. I did notice that their skilled people, Jared, are really small.
Well, and I hope that this isn't the tail of the tape for Bradford, because just the first 2 plays, you can just tell that I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be successful.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, got a motion this time. Hand off to that motion man. I think he's wearing number 30. And that is Kohler.
Yep.
And so Kohler doesn't get anything out of that. Still well behind the stick, so I've got a 4th down now. So they actually went backwards after receiving that gift, if I could say that, at the beginning of this one.
The screen pass, I mean, the quarterback, that throw didn't look good. And then the toss here on our side, just, I don't know, it's plays that it looks like they're either not comfortable running, or they're going to struggle to run those against Brockway's defense, because their defense is fast and very, very lengthy.
Okay, so we have jet motion this time. And quarterback's going to look out to the near side here. He's getting pressured back there. Can't get the ball off. He does, and it's caught. And that is number 2, and he's going to take it in from the 15-yard line. And so great play there by Bradford. They got away with that when the quarterback just kind of ripped it out there. He was almost ready to be tackled down. And so at 10:20 here in the first period, it's 6-0 already in favor of Bradford.
Yeah, it was number 2, Shirk, on the catch there. And it almost looked like they kind of caught Brockway by surprise at the quarterback. Got a little bit of zip on the ball, and then the guy actually caught the football.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I saw him warming up. He's got a pretty good arm, really. And, number 2 is Fabian Shirk, a senior, 5'10", 160. And here comes the kick. Number 3 is a kicker. And it is up, and it is off to the right, so it's no good. So at the 10:20 mark, it is 6-0 in favor of Bradford. And we'll be back with the Bradford kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV.
Since 1969, Clyde Ferrero and Company has grown to be one of the largest providers of accounting and tax services in Clearfield, Jefferson, Elk, Clarion, and surrounding counties in western PA, providing a large variety of services to fit your personal and business needs, from manufacturing, construction, and small business to energy industries, nonprofits, and everything in between. Clyde Ferrero and Company treat you like a partner, offering direct access to staff knowledgeable in your industry. A proud supporter of Brockway football. Clyde Ferrero and Company of DuBois. Become a partner today. CFCCPA.com.
Back. Okay, we are back at the 120 mark. It is 6-0 in favor of Bradford, kicking off right now, and the ball is going to bounce around back there and perhaps into the end zone. It is in the end zone. Well, what a surprise. So early in this game, Bradford is up by a score of 6-0, and Brockway now taking the field.
Yeah, Bradford was moving backwards and really didn't look very good. And, well, we'll see how the rest of the game plays out. I don't know if that was a lot of skill or if that was just kind of like a, it looked all right.
We will see. We'll see how it plays out here. Let's see how. And we have a fly in the booth here. It's bothering me. I don't know about you, but he's.
Did you take a shower today?
I think he's going after you, really. We might get a case of influenza if we're not careful.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Thank you very much. You never know. Okay, split the far side, near side, I formation in the backfield. Under center is quarterback Patton, and run off the left side, and that is usually Weir. Let's see if that is his number, and I can't tell from here.
Yeah, it looked like it was Weir.
Yeah, I think Weir. He's been the guy that's been carrying the ball lately and doing a great job of doing so. He wears number 9. He is just a junior. He'll be back, 5'11", 175. He'll come back next year probably at 185 or 190. I formation again. Under center is Patton, and back to pass, looking deep. Got a man out there. Passes a little bit behind and no good. That'll bring up a second down and 10 from the 34-yard line of the Rovers.
Yeah, nice thought. I think it was a little underthrown here. As you mentioned before, some of the guys on the back end here are shorter, and Brockway has some tall wide receivers. They should put a little more under it and try and get it over his head. I think we've been saying that for the last couple of weeks, though. He's been overthrowing it.
Yeah, I think we have. Again, they're coming out under center, which is a little bit of a surprise. I formation back there, and hand off to the last man. And he will pick up a few. Still inside the 40-yard line, about 37, 38-yard line.
I know Jake said a couple times that they want to be a little bit better at establishing the run and hoping that will open up the pass. And so far they've had pretty good success running the football the first couple of tries here.
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, it looks like Bradford is kind of shy and wait up front. And they are playing a 3-man down front, which a lot of people have done against Brockway this year. And then most teams have been relatively successful to get to Patton. Okay, he's back in the shotgun. Now they're in their ace formation. Double slots, hand off to Weir in the backfield. Good running room there as he's out close to midfield. They're going to mark it, though, shy of that at about the 47, 48, 49-yard line. So it'll be a first down. That is a waste management first down.
He's averaging about 7-8 yards a carry here, and he's not actually getting hit until he gets back to the linebacker level, which is a good thing if you're a running back.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for the Owls. Okay, first down and 10. Back to pass. Patton throw out to the far side. That is Doherty with the catch out there, and he's hit almost immediately, but he does get into Owl territory. They'll mark it down at about the 48-yard line.
It looked like he was hoping for a block there by his lineman and just took a little too long to get out there. Otherwise, he would have had some running room.
Okay, so a second down. They've given 3 here. Second down and 7 now from the 48-yard line. Rovers moving from our left to our right, if you're unable to see it. So from the concession stand to the creek. Not a whole lot of water in the creek right now either.
No.
Okay, second and 7. Again, ace formation. Kennedy gets the catch out here, and he's inside to the 45-yard line. They'll mark it there. Bring up a third down and about 5 for the Rovers.
Yeah, nice little screen pass there, trying to repeat the play. Got about 3 or 4 on the play there.
And that screen pass should be good for them tonight, I do believe. Again, ace formation, one sidecar. That's Weir back there with Patton. He's in the shotgun. Trying to draw him off. Didn't work that time. And with the 7:39 mark on a running clock right now, 6-0 in favor of Bradford. There's a hand off to Weir, and he's got lots of running room there. Still on his feet, down to the 30. And he'll be tackled at the 30-yard line. Another waste management first down. I think we'll see a lot of waste management first downs tonight.
Yeah, they're just running a simple zone play there, and he's definitely, actually that wasn't a zone, it was a trap play or a power play right in the middle there, and play's been open tonight so far.
It's too bad they don't run the veer. It would be Weir with the veer, Weir running the veer. Which I'm kind of glad they don't. That's a kind of a tongue twister, At some point, I'd be messed up with that. Okay, trips near side this time. First down and 10 from the 30-yard line of Bradford. The Rovers on the move from our left to our right. Patton there with a sidecar. That's weird. Going back to pass is Patton looking downfield. Got plenty of time and avoids a tackler, and he will still hold on to it. And the catch is made, and the tackle down at the 10-yard line. Another waste management first down.
That hasn't worked against a lot of teams, him standing back there and trying to get it, but that time he was able to scramble it on just enough, and he had a guy sitting wide open.
Yeah, it took forever to get rid of it that time, but he had a man open, made the throw. So
he thought he was going to run it, and then he was like, "Nope, just kidding."
Yep, I don't want to run it off front. So first down and goal from the 10-yard line. Rovers looking to make 6 here, and there's Weir off the left side. Plenty of running room, and he is in. So from 10 yards out, Weir will score with 6:24 remaining here in the first period to tie it up at 6.
Yeah, nice run there, and really they found something pretty early on that's working, whether it's the defensive ends who are really working their way upfield and makes it an easy kick out, or just the fact that they don't have the beef inside and they're just shoving guys around and making big gaps.
Okay, and they could be, like I said, a long night if they're going to let them do that, all night long. Okay, here comes the extra point attempt. Bazik, I think, is in there to kick this one. Ball is down, it's up, and it is blocked off the corner, so no good. And we are knotted at 6 and 6 at 6:24 remaining here in the first period. And we'll be back with more action right after this commercial timeout.
Hi, it's Mike at DeLulo Transport in DuBois. For the last 14 years, DeLulo Transport has been providing reliable transportation services to our customers. Now, we've added a new division, DT Auto Glass. DT Auto Glass is performing windshield repair and replacement for all makes and models of vehicles, including medium and heavy-duty trucks. Our technician, Kevin, has been installing glass in the area for over 30 years and takes pride in his work. For a quote or to schedule a repair or mobile appointment, call 814-503-4131 or stop by our shop at 349 DuBois Street.
Okay, we're back. Beautiful downtown Brockway. Frank Verichetti Field. Our score is 6-6. The Owls scored first, and the Brockway Rovers just scored with 6:24 remaining here in the first period. This is Bill Edwards along with the distinguished Mr. Gerald Hurlburt.
Thank you very much. Reminder that our kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Yardworks, and first quarter is brought to you by DeLulo Transport.
Okay, and this is Doherty will kick off. And it's going to be over to the near side, and it is going to die on the sideline. And it's picked up there, and the tackle is made just outside the 15-yard line to about the, looks to be about the 14-yard line. So the 19-yard line. And so from there, the Owls will take over. So far, their offense has been, I guess, not bad. I mean, we didn't see much of it.
You could literally say hit and miss. I mean, they had a hit and they had some misses.
Exactly, yeah. So,
but I think this should be a game plan for Brockway, is to not mess around with these onside kicks and to make them go the length of the field, because I think they're going to have less success with that.
Yeah, I don't think an onside is real necessary in this one. I think you're right. Keep them in the hole, and let's see if their offense can do anything. First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Owls, we've got motion. That's number 30, I believe, if I am correct.
Kohler,
Yep. And so not much out of that one. Lost. Did he lose a little bit, or did he get one? Did he give him one?
So maybe he got a
maybe
couple.
more than that. Yeah, it looked better than that. So looks like about 3, a long 3 anyway. They're giving him 2. I think the scoreboard has a second down and 8, so it looks more like a second down and 7, but
yeah, this would be a good test for Bradford to really show us what they have, because they really do look like they're pretty well outsized by Brockway's defense.
Well, they should be encouraged. Put points on the board real early. Second down and 7, so I did correct it to 7. Quarterback is handed off to number 2, and he's the one that scored the touchdown, still on his feet to the 25-yard line, and that is Fabian Shirk. Well, that name goes way back. Fabian, all the way back to the 60s, the singer, Fabian.
Sorry, I wasn't alive then.
You weren't around then?
No.
Oh, yeah, he was very, very famous for a short period of time. So I haven't seen that name very often. Okay, so 3rd down now and 4 from the 26-yard line. We have the Owls moving in from our right to our left. There is orbit motion, if I use that term, and there's a handoff off the right side. And a fumble on the field, and it looks like it's recovered by the Owls. If so, they will get themselves a waste management first down. So they've had a couple good breaks here. So that was their best offensive play, except for the touchdown, was that fumble forward and recovered.
Yeah, I mean they're getting a few yards every play, which is only need 10 yards for a first down most times.
Well, we got a game going here. I mean, 1st and 10 now from the 36-yard line. The Owls are out of the deep part of their own end of the field, and they're under center right now. We've got jet motion going across. This time a handoff to the first man through, and he's going to be corralled by the big guys in the middle, but he'll pick up a few, perhaps 1 or 2 anyway. Bring up a 2nd down and about 8 to go for the Owls.
So that was number 33, Tommy Langdon. We're in at 5'8", 190.
Yep, Langdon, if you're just joining us, the score is 6-6 with 4:17 on the running clock here in the first period on a beautiful night. The 7th one in a row, by the way, Jared.
Yeah.
So the weather's been terrific for football. Now we got some fans too that made the trip all the way down here from Bradford.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, shotgun formation, back to pass is the Q-back, and overthrows intended receiver. Q-back again is Andrew Giordano. He is a senior, and he has a decent arm. Receiver looked like he might have had a chance had the ball been thrown a little bit closer to him.
Yeah, I think the story this year is watching quarterbacks overthrow their receivers because they get too excited and don't put enough air under it and let them run under it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, throw the ball into the bucket, if you will. Sometimes they forget to do that. Okay, 3rd down and 8 from the 38-yard line now. Here is orbit motion again, a handoff, inside handoff, a little counter play, and it's going nowhere. And so it's going to bring up a 4th down and what appears to be a punting situation for Bradford.
When you see teams like this that run this wing style of offense, you teach your linebackers to read the guards because the guards will pull across the center and they'll lead you to the play more times than not. And it's hard because there is a lot of misdirection. You can get caught up in movement, so you really have to keep your eyes focused on those linemen.
And Brockway will see that next week as they take on Carn City. They run inside scissors and Okay, and here comes the punt, we think. Okay, and let's see, it's going to be taken back there at the 20-yard line. That's Doherty. Is that Doherty? No.
It's Himes.
Himes, yep. Himes got running room, and he's got the sideline, and that looks like it's going to go. Himes from the 20-yard, 80-yard kickoff return with 3:01 remaining here in the first half.
There is a flag on the field. Hopefully.
Oh, I was afraid of that. It's back here. That's not a good sign. So Himes hit that sideline, and there was nobody, and took it right to the house. But there's a flag. Could be a block in the back or some such thing, or a hold.
Usually when you see ones like this, it's a hold or they call it a blind side block. Probably a hold, more than likely.
Yeah,
we're all coming back up the field.
Too bad. It was a good play, and here comes the replay. And
it looks like maybe a block in the back on the replay here.
Yeah, Himes hits the sideline, and he's gone. Nobody going to catch him.
Blind side block is what they're calling it. Personal foul.
So Himes will be dreaming about that tonight, will he not?
Yeah, hopefully he'll have another chance at that.
Yeah, he'll be laying in bed there and go, I had an 80-yard touchdown return.
It is unfortunate because I know that a lot of times rules like this are made for player safety because there is such a disparity in ability levels at high school level, but it's almost kind of got to the point where you can't block a guy in open space anymore without getting called for something.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it really is. And, you don't want to take the aggression out of the game. I mean, it has to be there, but conversely, you have to make sure things are safe, too. So it's a fine line sometimes. But anyway, the Rovers will start at their 26-yard line now. 1st and 10. Again, 3:01 on the stop clock. Patton back to pass. Looking downfield. Got plenty of time. And he will roll out of the pocket and throw it out of bounds down here. So, now in that, well, I'll let you go ahead and then I'll say something.
Well, I think that this is promising for Patton because I don't think he's used to having this much time to make a decision. So you're hoping that he feels comfortable enough back there, but he needs to make a decision and go with it.
Well, and sometimes he flushes out of the pocket way too soon. I think he could have stayed in the pocket that time. I think he had the blocking, and when he left the pocket, then he let the defensive player slide off. And so, just kind of hang in the pocket. You've got some good blocking up front. Okay, 2nd and 10 from the 27. There's a handoff to Weir off the near side this time, and not much room there. He'll pick up a few to perhaps the 30-yard line.
Looks like number 57 there, Ben Yale. I think that's who that is. He pulled the kick out that DN and just missed him. The DN slid underneath him and made the play. Otherwise, that could have been another big run again.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
he even came up and he was shaking his hands. He knew it was him.
So 2nd down and 8. I'm going to call it 8. They have it 7. Maybe it is 7. Let's call it 7. 3rd down and 7. 38-yard line of the Rovers. Again, sidecar as we were back there. Trips to the far side. One split near side. Back to passes. Patton looking downfield. And he lets it go. He's got a man out there. And that is a catch. And that is Kennedy.
Kennedy, nice catch. He got a nice opening there on the post route.
Waste management, 1st down. Yeah, oftentimes that the center of the field, that seam route is open. They took advantage of it that time with that release down the seam, and so great throw, and a great catch by Kennedy.
Yeah, great job by the inside receiver, kind of cutting underneath to get the safety's attention to come up on him, and he just threw it right over his head.
1st down and 10 from the 31 of the Owls now. Rovers are on the move. A handoff to Weir off the left side. He's a lot of running room over there, and he'll pick up a few.
Even on these close plays like this, I mean, he's getting 4 to 5 yards a run. So
yes, yeah. He's had a good average.
And I know I'm not the greatest at math. Actually, I am pretty good at math, but we'll just say, it only takes a few of those to get a 1st down.
Yes, even you figured that out.
I know. Look at that.
A Penn State graduate.
I know. I've been around you enough now that your knowledge has rubbed off on me.
Well, you're a sick man. Trips to near side. One split far side. Sidecars, we're back there with Patton. He's back to pass again. He's got time and got a man wide open down there, and that is Himes.
Yeah.
So at the 106 mark, Brockway will score again.
Yeah, boy, he was wide open.
Oh, wide open is right. Somebody lost him in that defense. So that makes it 12-6 now in favor of the Rovers. And we figured that it wouldn't be long before things would start churning up for the Rovers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are now on an offensive roll. So the extra point upcoming. And to kick that, I believe, is going to be Bezic again. He's been doing the honors on the extra points. And so let's see what he has here. Missed the other one was blocked, actually. So we got to watch guys coming off the corners. And here he comes, but
boy,
he's a little bit early.
he made it to the snapper before the ball did.
Yeah, that's a Fabian Shirk, and Fabian just got in a big hurry over there. But he's the guy that I think that blocked it the last time.
With how successful Brockway's run game has been this far, I'm almost a little surprised that they don't decide to just go to offense and try to get 2 points out of this. They're on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I can't disagree, with that. But they're going to try and kick it once again. So let's see if they have any luck here, as they're going to have to watch that corner. He's pretty quick off that corner. Ball is down, is up, and it was low, but it went through, so it is good. And so at the 106 mark here in the first period, our score now is 13-6 in favor of Brockway Rovers. You're listening to Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV. We'll be back right after this.
Community service and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero. Attorneys at Law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
Okay, we are back. 1:06 remaining here in the first period. It is 13-6 now in favor of the Brockway Rovers as they got the offense going here in that last series. They're about ready to kick off, and Doherty will do the honors. And back there for the Bradford Owls, I believe is number 30, I think it's Kohler. Logan Kohler, he's a senior, 5'7". Ball's on the ground and is picked up there at the 25-yard line. Still on his feet out to near the 45-yard line. That is, if I could find the number, I will tell you.
33.
33, okay.
We've announced his name enough. Tommy Langdon, yep.
Tommy Langdon, 33, okay.
It's a good football name.
Yeah,
Tommy
it is a good football. Yeah, and good return. They're out to the 45-yard line. So let's see if they can mount some kind of offense here with just 1 minute remaining here in the first period on a beautiful night from downtown Brockway. And we've had 7 of those in a row.
We have. It's been very nice. We do need some rain, though.
Oh, boy, do we. Okay, shotgun formation and handoff to Langdon, and he will get to the maybe to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they mark it. He may be a little shy, but we'll call it right back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I don't think that them trying to run this wing type of offense out of the spread is just like that's not what the wing tee is really meant for with who they have. I think they need to try and stay inside the tackles and just get downfield quickly.
Yeah, I think that's a good analysis. Okay, so we do have a slot near side this time. One sidecar back there with our quarterback, Giordano, and he's going to throw out here, and it was intended for number 30, and that is Kohler.
Great job by Maddox Decker. He's a big kid we've seen for a couple years now with long arms, and just got his arms out there and knocked that screen down.
Okay, ball, same place, 45-yard line. 3rd down and 10 now for the Owls. 19 seconds remaining here in the first period. If you're just joining us, our score is 13-6 in favor of the Rovers. And this is homecoming night, so we're going to have some homecoming action at Jarrett's looking very good in his gown tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, back to pass. Giordano, and the ball's on the ground, and let's see who recovers it. I think it might be the Rovers. Let's see. I don't know if I call from the officials yet. I mean, I know Rover players are pointing the other way, but I think the officials are the ones who are going to have to do it right. Yeah. Okay, and it is. So it's a Rover ball inside the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 44-yard line, I do believe. So the Rovers will have it, and they've got 11 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. So what are they going to do? Just go for it all?
This would be very Brockway-esque to see them just try and take a long shot right now.
Brockway-esque?
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Well, you know, I like to read the dictionary a little bit, and I invent my own words sometimes.
Well, I'm going to try to remember that one. Okay, interesting formation here. And we got jet motion, goes to Doherty. He's going to run it off the left side. Makes a move or two. Tries to get to the sideline, but will go out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 6.7 in the first period.
Yeah, it's nice when you can get I know the wide receivers have been used to getting a lot of balls thrown to them the last couple of years, and when you get to the point where you're trying to establish the run, it can get frustrating to be a wide receiver. So it's nice to have plays like this where you can still involve your receivers in the game, and you give your playmakers and a Doherty, you give them an extra chance to touch the football. Yeah,
and Doherty has not had a lot of chance so far this year to touch the football. Good athlete for sure. Okay, 2nd and 3rd now. And jet motion again, and quarterback Patton's just going to keep it. That's going nowhere. And so we're going to be out of time here in the first period. Score 13-6.
Yep, this is the end of the first quarter, thanks to our first quarter sponsor, DeLulo Transport. And at the end of the first quarter, the score is 6-13 in favor of the Rovers. This is Brockway Rovers football on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service are proud sponsors of Brockway Rover football. Through the years, Fran Morelli has been fortunate enough to have sold and serviced thousands of vehicles. Fran is known for always having an eye for sharp, well-maintained vehicles. Fran Morelli Sales and Service is home of the 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. Fran Morelli Sales has been selling vehicles since 1976 and still doing things the old-fashioned way. If you haven't tried Fran Morelli Sales and Service yet, stop in. You won't be disappointed. Call 888-MORELLI. Fran Morelli Sales and Service. 8464 US 219 Brockway.
Okay, we are back. Our score 13-6 in favor of the Rovers. And Jared, it's been an interesting first half as it started off in a very what term did you use? Unorthodox. You must have been in the dictionary this week. You come up with these big words.
I know I was going to be in your presence, so I had to use really big words.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Well, this is the second quarter. Second quarter is sponsored by Ferraro, Kruk & Ferraro, family-run legal practice since 1961.
1961.
When
I remember 1961.
You were playing football then.
I was in high school. Yes. Okay, we've got motion. Patton is back to pass on this 3rd and 5, and he's got a man wide open at the 22-yard line, still on his feet down there to the 15-yard line, and that is
it's like number 9.
Number 9 on our program, and
9 is weird.
That's weird. That was weird because he was way out here. He's out here on the side.
It was weird. It
was weird. Yes, yeah, but we haven't seen that before. But he was wide open, and a good play actually. Yeah, a well designed play. Trips far side this time. One split on their side. And Patton hand off to Weir, and he is on his feet and heading for the end zone. He's inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. And by the way, the earlier play, we had a Waste Management first down, so we want to mention Waste Management. Thank you, Waste Management, for sponsoring all our first downs tonight.
Strong run by Weir, and this is going to be an interesting storyline for this game is with the lack of numbers for Brockway, but they're just they look like they're much more equipped for this. Will they just kind of lean on Bradford and continue to do this?
Oh, yes, they're in their H formation. Weir is back there with Patton. Now we've got jet motion across. It looks like Himes. And back to pass is Patton looking into the end zone. Got man open, but it's knocked down there. Didn't get it over the defensive back, and it was knocked down, so no good. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, one of those things where maybe if he kind of faded a little bit further back into the end zone, just kind of put it up there. Maybe a little quicker, too, and Lotta's got to run under it.
Yeah, sometimes quarterbacks at this level want to hold on to the ball just a little bit long. And let's see what they do now with the 2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line. So they're in great position. They're in the trips now. Trips to the near side, one split to the far side. The sidecar is Weir. We can kind of tell because he's got that white shirt hanging out underneath the black shirt, so we can pick him out easily. Okay, Patton, quick pass out here to Himes, and a whistle prior to that, so that stops the action.
Looks like it's going to be a false start.
So that is going to that's a flag on the field here. We have not seen many so far here. We've seen one, I think, if I'm correct, in the first half so far.
Yeah, that brought back the punt.
Brought back that punt return, yep.
Yeah. And this is kind of one of those things where you sort of laugh sometimes and you think, Brockway's run 10 yards a clip. Why not just run it into the end zone?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does that work? All right, 2nd down and 9 now for the Rovers as they've gone backwards, which you don't want to do when you're in the red zone, especially when you're that deep in the red zone.
Yeah.
Again, trips to the near side, one split far side. Weir's the sidecar. He gets the handoff, and he's got running room over there, and he is into the end zone. And it is a touchdown at the 10:37 mark here in the 2nd period.
Another flag on the field. I mean, it's too bad we don't have a flag sponsor.
Well, where have you heard that before? We're trying to get, we're trying to get a flag sponsor. So,
I'm going to guess what happened was Yardworks just had too many people calling them because they were announced every other play last year. They were like, we can't handle this business anymore, so we've got to find something else.
Well, you'd think people would jump right on that, wouldn't you? But as I said, the appropriate people would be, since they are penalties, so that you would be lawyers or police or somebody. But
looks like it was on the defense.
It looks like it. At least I see Pat. Oh, okay. Yeah. It looks like it would be a penalty against both, right?
No, it was just against.
He's pointing about the penalty. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be a good touchdown, and we're going to have the extra point attempt upcoming for the Rovers. And so 19 now as Edison Basic will line it up for the extra point. 19-6 now our score at the 10:37 mark. And so we'll see how if he can get this ball up in the air. Last kick was really low, but it made it over the bar, which is all you have to do. Here it comes, and it's up. And again, that one was kind of low as well, and it's no good. And so at the 10:37 mark, our score is 19-6, and you are listening to Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV. We'll be back right after this.
Who knows everything about water, from well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals, and water pumps and water treatment?
Hugh Water Service.
That's us.
With over 35 years of water experience, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water treatment systems.
That's us.
Voted best in the Tri-County, family-owned and operated on Route 219, just south of Brockway. Or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us.
hughwaterservices.com.
Okay, we are back. 10:37 remaining here in the half. 19-6 is our score in favor of the Brockway Rovers, and Weir has been doing a lot of damage here thus far.
Yeah, it seems like they can pretty much do what they want to do now. You know, they struggled a little bit. Well, I mean, they struggled a little bit on defense at the beginning of the game, but they seem to have kind of figured themselves out now and starting to impose their will.
Well, one thing, we discussed it off the air, but one thing they're going to have to fix is the extra point issue. You can't be giving points away. Now, in this game, it probably will not matter, but down the road, you know. Okay, there's a kickoff, and it's going to go in and out of the end zone. That is Doherty on the kickoff. And so the Owls will take over. And they will be at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, you know, we talk about it, and I mean, you want to give kids the opportunity to play their position, but none of these kicks tonight have looked good. The extra points, I mean, they've been shanks, and so maybe you're trying to develop a kid to take over that position, but you know, you got to make hard decisions sometimes. And if you're running the ball like this, maybe you should start going for 2-point conversions and just take it for what it is. Yeah,
and like I said, in a game like this, that 1 point here and they may not matter, but down the road it will. All right, here's a run off the left side, and ball carrier still on his feet, battling for more yardage. He's got the waste management first down plus more, and he's going to make it just inside the 40-yard line at about the 39-yard line. So waste management first down.
Has to be frustrating for a coach because that player ran off of so many missed tackles, and I don't know. I mean, I think that they've kind of struggled with that this year, missed tackles. But for the talk about how aggressive they are and how angry they are, you can't have plays like that.
Yeah, when you have kids reaching on defense, that's what you don't want. You know, you want to get their bodies over there, and so good play that time by the Owls. So they've got a first down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Hand off right up the middle and drifting to the left side, but there's a pile of black jerseys over there, so there will be I guess I'll mark them just about the line of scrimmage, so let's call it a second down and 10 now from the same place, the 39-yard line.
Yeah, much better play defensively that time to wrap up and hold on and let somebody else come up and gang tackle and at least keep them from getting anywhere past the line of scrimmage.
Well, so far, it's been a little bit more competitive, if you will, than I thought it might be.
Yeah.
But
as Brockway, you can't allow that. You can't allow this to become a game.
No, you're right. And here comes a orbit motion, and the motion man has it. That is number 30. That's Logan. Or Kohler, rather. Logan Kohler. And he's going to be knocked down there for a loss. So they're going to be behind the sticks here.
Credit to Kohler and Tommy Langdon, though, is that they're not allowing themselves to be. I mean, they're not imposing players, but they're not allowing themselves to be taken down by that first hit. As long as they can, get a little bit of forward movement, they tend to break tackles.
Yeah, I mean, they look like pretty tough kids. So that's going to be third down and 12 as they are behind the sticks now of the Owls. Owls moving from the concession stand to the creek, or from our left to our right. Here in the second period, 8:30 on a running clock now before the half. On this homecoming night from beautiful downtown Brockway.
We've got a Hugh Water timeout on the field. Looks like timeout by Bradford. So that'll take us to a break. We'll be right back. This is Brockway Rovers football on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106.
Navigating legal matters can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone.
In Brockway, Inzana and Melilo are here to help with all your legal needs, from custody and divorce to child and spousal support, estate planning, and real estate. Our experienced team offers compassionate and skilled legal services. Visit us at 423 Main Street, Brockway, or call us today to get the support you need for a brighter future.
Okay, we're back. 8:25 remaining here in the first half. 19-3 or 19-6 rather in favor of the Rovers. And what is new this year that we can appreciate is the replays right in front of us, sponsored by
Rogus. Yeah, it's a Rogus replay, and it is. It's nice just to sometimes see what the number is because it is zoomed in a little bit, a little easier to see numbers.
Yeah, it is. It is very helpful. It's sitting right in front of me. That's great. Okay, here comes Orp motion again, and we've got it reversed, and the ball's on the ground, and I think the Rovers are going to get there first. By the looks of it, unless somebody sneaked in there and grabbed it for the Owls. Maybe they did. I know.
Looks like they got it. Good.
68, I think, was it?
Yep.
So they were fortunate on that one because there are a lot of Rovers around that ball as well. Here comes the replay. If you want to watch that.
Rogus replay. It seemed like there would have been some room there on that reverse.
Yeah, I think there would have been, but it's kind of tricky. And Karn City next week will run the same kind of stuff, so Rovers need to get used to make sure they secure the ends.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself get caught inside. Okay, so it's a 4th down, 21 punting situation. And we have Kennedy back here. Himes is back here as well. In fact, it's not Kennedy at all. I couldn't see the number. And still on his feet. And that is, I believe, I'm trying to find that number. I couldn't see it very well. I know Himes was back there. Was it Himes?
I don't think it was Himes. I thought it was either Cole or maybe we'll see on the replay here.
Yeah, usually Kennedy is back there.
Looks like number 0. Is that
that's Colton Kale. Okay, so Colton Kale back there. He's a senior, 6'1", 185, and has a great return.
Looks like we got a Brockway player getting their shoe tied. So while they're doing that, there's 7:29 in the second quarter. Score is 19-6, and our scoreboard scores tonight are courtesy of Stars Trailer Sales.
Our shoe tying sponsored by Jared Howard, our producer over here to my right. So thank you for doing that, Jared.
Looks like the ball's brought back, so maybe they're saying that his knee was down or something.
Well, that was a big return. It's brought all the way back outside the 40-yard line to about the 43-yard line. So the Rovers start there. They have a trips to the near side. And again, one sidecar back there, and that's Weir, and one split to the far side. Our receivers, Kale Sr. gets in there and plays wide out as well. Patton looking to throw and gets the ball out there, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and he is not happy with himself, and that is Doherty, I believe. Is it not? Number 11?
Yeah, it was Doherty, and he had a clean shot to run it to the house.
In and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
And that's tough sometimes, when you don't touch the ball a whole lot, you kind of lose that touch for it, I guess, and he knew there. He was mad. He was going to have a touchdown.
Yeah, and the other part is that he's a big-time soccer player as well, so sometimes you have to, do I catch this with my hands or do I do something with my feet? Just kidding. Trips at the near side, one split to the far side, and hand off to Weir over this left side. He's had a lot of luck there, and he's still on his feet across midfield, and he's down into Al's territory at the 46-yard line. That'll be another Waste Management first down.
Yeah, I feel like they could pretty much run this play all night for the most part, and they might not have success every time, but so far these averaged 8-10 yards a play. It's nice when you can go back to something like that and you have success continuously.
I'm noticing, Jared, that we have a half a moon tonight. I just wish that guy had pulled his pants up. All right, here we go. Handoff to, I believe that is
number 8.
That is a new number that we are calling here. That's Winnings. Yeah, Matthew Winnings gets back there and runs the ball, and it looks like he's back there right now. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 165, and that is another Waste Management first down.
Yeah, nice. Pretty much doing whatever they want to do here. And I know that this was really important for Jake to start establishing the run. And so far tonight, that's definitely happened.
Well, they got the big guys up front to be able to do it. Trips to the far side this time on this first down and 10 from the 33 of the Owls. Back to pass is Patton, and he almost runs into trouble, and he does run into trouble, but he's going to get that ball downfield. It's caught there. Is that Himes? Is that 6?
I think he got a touchdown.
Is that Himes? And he will twist his way. You'll have to watch this replay, this Rogos replay, because there are several twists and turns that he makes. And a late throw by the quarterback, Patton. The catch is made down there, and I'm trying to find that number. Some of them look an awful lot alike.
It's either 8 or 9. Maybe that was Winnings again.
Could have been Winnings. Yeah, it could have been. Just couldn't see it very clearly, but that is a touchdown at the 6:14 mark here in the first and the second period. So 25 now to 6 in favor of the Rovers. And it's kind of a strange score. The reason being is because the extra points have not worked. Let's see. Edison Bazic is going to try it again, and let's see if he can get this ball up and over this time. Snap is good. Ball is up, and
it's a better kick.
Better kick that time, and it is good. And so at the 6:14 mark, it is 26 now to 6 in favor of the Brockway Rovers. You're listening to Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
When you have a breakdown, or an accident that causes mechanical damage, it's frustrating to be running around from a mechanic to a body shop and maybe back again. See Jim's Custom Collision for mechanical service and body work. From an oil change to an engine replacement, Jim's is a do-it-all automotive shop and even offers 24-hour towing. Jim's Custom Collision in Du Bois and the Falls Creek Industrial Park. Voted #1 in the best of Tri-County.
Okay, we are back. 6:14 remaining in the first half on this homecoming night. Our score is 26 to 6 in favor of the Brockway Rovers over the Owls from Bradford.
He's got a chance to see the Rogos replay again there. It's just crazy that he stayed in bounds. But
he did several pirouettes on the way to the.
He must have taught him.
And stayed in bounds too, which was really spectacular. He was so close to the sideline. Okay, here comes the kick. Doherty kicking off. It is high and it is deep. And it is into the end zone, or just about. Well, it rolls into the end zone. So nice kick by Doherty. No return on that one.
Kickoffs tonight sponsored by Yardworks. Nice kick. Nice kick.
All right, 26 to 6 again our score as we are closing in here on the first half on this homecoming night. I look down there at the tent to our far left, up just outside the concession stand. We got all the ladies in their fancy gowns, ready to do the halftime show. Those of you that are watching on Tri-County TV will be able to see that.
You know, sometimes there's a competition to see who can have the most sparkly one. I see one down there that's really sparkly.
I can see it from here. Yeah. Okay, first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. The Owls have it. And there is a handoff to the first man through there off the left side. Good running room there for him, actually. Gets out near the 30-yard line. I think they're going to mark it perhaps right on the 30-yard line, or at least just short of it at the 29.5.
Yeah, nice solid one. Bradford's not giving up. They're trying to get what they can, find something that they can run consistently.
Well, they should have some tough kids up there. I mean, it's up there in the middle of nowhere.
And you think if you've got 50-some kids on your roster, you should have some guys who are tough and big.
All of them are carrying the Zippo lighter. Okay, pretty tight offense. We've got motion in the backfield that time, orbit motion.
Looks like we got offsides on the defense, lined up maybe in the neutral zone.
Could be. Again, when I mentioned, if I use the term orbit motion, those of you that are listening, I'm talking about motion behind the quarterback, behind the last man in that offense, rather than in front of the quarterback, which is called a jet motion. So, but I don't always use the term, but,
The orbit motion kind of represents, if you're thinking of planets orbiting around something, that motion is kind of an orbit-type motion.
Well, I don't know about the planets. Yeah. The only thing I know about planets is that I know that the favorite planet.
There's more than the Earth, right?
Well, I know that I know the favorite planet of proctologists.
Oh.
Don't you know that one?
This is family friendly here.
Orbit motion this time. Hand off to the first man through, and he is hit immediately by the big guy, 57. That's Ben Yale, 6 foot and a meager 280 pounds.
Yeah, lightweight.
A lightweight guy. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Owls moving from our left to our right.
Where Bradford was having some success in this tight wing tee, that offense is not geared towards moving quickly.
Yes. Okay, 2nd down and 10. Back to pass is the QB and overthrows his man out here. That is number 2, and that is Fabian.
He's the one who had the touchdown earlier.
Shirk. Yep, Fabian Shirk. Should never forget that name, Fabian. That takes me back a few years.
Yeah.
We had a lot of that type back in the day. We had a lot of one-hit wonders, too, back at that time. I imagine we still have them today, but back in the 60s and late 50s, there were a lot of one-hit wonders. They make one great song, one great record, and then they disappeared into oblivion. Kind of like your diary. Okay, jet motion. Back to pass. Received out here, and that is, I believe, our friend number 30.
Yeah.
And that is Kohler, or I'm sorry. It's Kohler. Number 30 is Kohler, Logan Kohler, senior, 5'7", 140.
It's a hard runner. When you watch him, he's got a fast motor, doesn't like to be tackled.
Yeah, only weighs 140 pounds. I mean, I think you weighed that in 4th grade.
Yeah, I probably weighed 140 when I was a senior in high school. I was just a little beanpole.
What happened?
Well, I got a wife who really, makes great meals.
Gone to pot. I don't mean pot roast. Maybe because of pot roast. Who knows? Jet motion. And hand off to the jet man. And that again is Kohler, I believe, number 30. And he's going to get blown up there at about the 40-yard line. 4th down and about 5 for the Owls. So it looks like a punting situation at the 3:49 mark here in the first half.
That was 4th down, so it is now a turnover.
Oh, that was 4th. Oh, okay. I was too busy talking about your belly. Okay, so they took the risk and went for it and didn't get us. So it puts the Rovers at the 40-yard line. That is the Owls.
Yeah, it was probably a good decision for them because really they've shown that they really can't stop Brockway. So what does it matter whether it's here or back 30 more yards?
Yeah, trips far side this time. Patton, handoff, and that's Weir off the right side. He's got running room out there, and he's making use of it. Waste management, 1st down inside the 30-yard line to somewhere around the 27 or 28-yard line. It's called the 27-yard line. Moves to 6 again.
Very nice, yeah. I mean, just kind of a variation of the same play and getting space for his running lanes.
Yeah, where's the sidecar again on their side this time? Trips to the far side, Patton back to pass. Quick pass out there to the far side. Nobody's out there to cover that, and the receiver is on his feet, and he'll be down inside the 20-yard line at about the 19-yard line, and that was Kale on the reception.
Yeah. Been able to spread the ball around quite a bit tonight. I've had a lot of different names that we've talked about on the receiving, no pun intended, end of the football.
No, I think puns, for me, they're usually intended,
Okay,
but yeah, why not? Trips near side again. Sidecar again is Weir next to Patton on his right side. One split to the far side. Patton looking to pass. Quick pass out here to the near side. That's Doherty. Got some running room still on his feet. Going to take the sideline and be taken out of bounds over there. Somewhere just outside the 10-yard line at about the 11 or 12, inside the 10-yard line at about the, looks like the 7 or 8-yard line.
He's a player you can pretty much, you can see here on the replay, on the Rogus replay, that he's running a little slip screen pass there, and he's just one of those guys that you can put him pretty much in any receiving position, and with his height and his athleticism, he'll make a play for you.
And that was another waste management 1st down. They're getting a lot of those tonight. Okay, they're the regular set now, and back to pass is Patton again, and he's got the run if he wants to take it, and he is going to get in. And so from 8 yards out, Patton will score the 2:32 mark here in the first half. Make it 32 now to 6 in favor of the Rovers here in the first half.
Everybody's getting in the end zone.
Yeah, well, I was hoping he was going to run at that time because there was plenty of room to do so, as you can see here on the replay, the Rogus replay, and so he takes advantage of it and will score.
And he's got the frame of a runner. I mean, for a running quarterback, he's not somebody you have to worry about taking a hit and going down quickly.
Yep, got good size. Bazic now coming up to try the extra point. He was successful the last time. Let's see how he does this time. Ball is down, it's up, and it looks good from here.
Much better kick.
And it is much better. 33-6 now with 2:32 remaining here in the first half. You're listening to Sunny 106 on Tri-County TV, and we'll be back right after this.
When you need a tux or just a suit,
formal wear
for a wedding,
prom, homecoming, and semi-formal dance,
any important occasion, look your best.
With the hottest styles from Joe's Tuck Shop,
including suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. All the accessories like shoes
and shirts, suspenders,
dry cleaning and alterations too.
For tux fittings, stop by today at Joe's Tuck Shop,
West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois.
When you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe'sTuckShop.com. Go Rovers!
Okay, we are back. We're just 2 minutes and 32 seconds away from the end of the first half. The Rovers have it 33-6 right now. Kickoff upcoming.
It started off as a game for a while there, and then I think what we kind of expected to happen started to happen.
Well, the big guy from the Owls had a moment of glory there in that first kickoff. Yeah. Okay, here comes a kick by Doherty. Got a big leg. It's low. It's going to bounce, and it hits the intended receiver back there. Picks it up, but he's got running room, and right up the center of the field, still on his feet.
It's Kohler.
Yep, outside the 40-yard line, 45-yard line to the 46-yard line. So a great return.
Yeah, Kohler is. I mean, whether he's returning kicks or running the football, he's definitely been picking up. He's just a quick kid. He's got very just twitchy.
He's also got very long hair, if you noticed.
Yeah.
So
reminds me of you when you were younger.
Yes. Yeah. Now it's mop and glow time. Okay. Here we go. Owls have it at their own 47-yard line. Run off the far side. I believe, let's see.
It's Langdon, 33.
Yeah, the two guys been handling the leather tonight. Langdon, who is a junior, by the way, 5'8", 190. So at 5'8", weighing 190, he's kind of a fire plug out there.
Yeah, between Langdon and Kohler, they've kind of been the only real bright spot other than when Shirk took that pass in at the beginning of the game.
Okay, 2nd and 5 from the 48-yard line of the Rovers. Right up the middle, and it's a waste management first down and more.
It's Langdon again. This is kind of what we've been saying, is that they had a lot of success running right up the middle. No messing around. Just get the football and let your speedy guys hit the hole and take a couple guys with them.
That's another waste management first down as the Owls are on the move now from our left to our right here. 2 minutes exactly on a running clock right now in the first half. And there is motion. And that is
that's Kohler.
Kohler, and he will get inside the 30-yard line to
another first down. It looks like
another waste management first down. I do believe. Let's see, where they're going to mark it will tell the tale. Yes, it is a waste management first down. Ball's going to be marked there inside the 30-yard line, I believe, at about the 29-yard line. Call it 29-yard line. There's a flag on the field.
Shirk got a little excited that he was going to get that inside counter, and he moved, and I believe that's a false start.
Yeah, I think that Coach Jake called that before the officials did. I saw him down there on the sideline.
Yep.
So that'll be 5 yards back for the Owls, which they can ill afford. It'll be inside the 35-yard line at about the 33-yard line. 1:32 on a running clock right now. Left here in the first half. Homecoming tonight. Here in Brockway. Quick pass out to the far side, no good. Not a great pass, but I think maybe catchable with a better effort over there. I'm not sure.
It's the feeling that kind of comes to me is it's like they don't practice this play because it's there. And Brockway's much better at this play. Just a quick screen, but it's like the receivers don't know where the ball's going to go.
Yeah, and it's not the easiest pass to throw for a quarterback either. It seems like it's easy, but it's really not. I mean, you really have to get your hips around quickly. Okay, Kohler makes the catch there at about the 30-yard line, and he'll be close to the first stick. And they're going to mark it down there somewhere inside the 30-yard line. Looks to be about the 33, 32. I think it's pretty much
29,
29-yard line. Yeah, it's back kind of at the same place where it was. And there's a nice inside handoff on a little counter, and that's Fabian. And nope, he was down. There was a fumble on the play, but he was down.
It looks like he might have enough for a waste management first down. It's going to be pretty close.
Okay, we'll wait to see if the officials move the chains or not. And they do, so it is a waste management first down. They've had several in this series.
We've got a Hugh Water timeout on the field by Bradford. Reminder that at halftime, stay with us for the Rover Halftime Show, which is brought to us by Clyde Ferrero and Company. And you will hear some knowledge.
Well, I don't know about that, but at the very least, maybe we can be entertaining.
Well, I've set us up for it now, so now we have to deliver.
Okay, we only have 53 seconds, so we're going to hold here at the 53-second mark. 33-6 is our score.
You want me to give some scores, by the way?
If you have them, yes.
I do.
Don't, just make them up.
I have a few. Keystone 35, Bucktail 0, first quarter action. It's going to be a long night. Rest of the games, I don't have any score right now. There's no now Connellsville and Du Bois are tied at 7-0, but there's no score for the rest of the games yet. So we'll update you as we get updated.
Du Bois is tie with Connellsville.
Yes.
7-0.
7-7. Did I say 7-0?
Yes.
7-7.
I was just wondering, what you were talking about. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, motion. And handoff in the middle, but that's going nowhere. Looks like Yale grabs a hold of the intended ball carrier, or the ball carrier, and that is, I think, 33. And
clock's ticking. Clock's still ticking.
So 33 is, of course, Langdon.
Yep.
Clock is still moving. Second down and 10 from the 16-yard line of the Rovers. So there is a chance here for the Owls if they get the right play and can execute it. There's a pass, and there is a man open. It looked like they had a man open in the end zone there, but it was thrown to the up guy instead of the deep guy. So no good. Third down and 10 from the same place, the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and this is, Bradford has struggled with this offense mightily, and as you get into the red zone like they are now, it's the windows tighten up because there's not a lot of room that the defenders have to cover.
Yep, you are so right. How do you come up with this stuff?
I sit at night by candlelight and try and come up by things.
I mean, your intellect just blows me off. Okay, here's jet motion this time. Back to pass. And man out there and makes the catch, one-handed catch, and it is down near the first down stick, but maybe shy, but let's wait and see.
It's a nice one-handed catch. Maybe we'll see that on the Rogus replay here. It's a nice little one-handed catch.
Okay, here comes the jet motion. And back to pass and back shoulder throw, and the catch is made. So very nice job out there. Okay, and here's a handoff. It hit in the backfield. That is Langdon, I believe, number 33.
Boy, that was a big hit there.
So we got timeout on the field.
Hugh Water timeout. I didn't see who called the timeout there. Was that?
I believe
that was a turnover on downs, I think.
Oh, was it? I thought I saw a timeout called over there, but okay, so turnover and downs. Ball's at the 11-yard line. Yeah, 11-yard line, and Rovers will have it with 14 seconds. So what will they do? Take a knee?
You might take a knee, but I just say run the ball. You've been doing so well with it, but the way they're lined up, I would say they're just going to take a knee.
Yep, take a knee. That will be the last play of the first half. Our score, 33-6 in favor of the Rovers.
So here at the end of the second quarter, it'll be halftime. Second quarter was sponsored by Ferraro, Kruk and Ferraro. And up next, we have our halftime show, the Rover Halftime Show, brought to us by Clyde Ferraro and Company, certified public accountant on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106.
Good deal.
Navigating legal matters can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. In Brockway, Inzana and Melillo are here to help with all your legal needs, from custody and divorce to child and spousal support, estate planning, and real estate. Our experienced team offers compassionate and skilled legal services. Visit us at 423 Main Street, Brockway, or call us today to get the support you need for a brighter future.
Acrisure of DuBois is a proud supporter of Brockway football. We understand dreams, teamwork, and the drive to win.
For personal lines, call Ryan Carr and Sheila Jameson. For commercial lines, call Jake Heigl and Brian Riley. For benefits, call Francine Shimcock. They'll take care of your business from property to payroll because you've got dreams and we've got solutions.
At Acrisure, we help protect and grow what you've worked hard for. Acrisure of DuBois, the same local people working hard for you.
Get your questions answered locally at Acrisure on Meadow Lane at DuBois. Property and casualty insurance, specializing in both business and personal needs.
Acrisure of DuBois, protecting what matters most.
Who knows everything about water, from well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals, and water pumps and water treatment?
Hugh Water Service.
That's us.
With over 35 years of water experience, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water treatment systems.
That's us.
Voted best in the Tri-County, family-owned and operated on Route 219, just south of Brockway. Or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us.
hughwaterservices.com.
Okay, welcome back. It is halftime at beautiful downtown Brockway at Frank Verschetti Field. Our score of the Brockway Rovers 33 and the Bradford Owls just 6. I'm here with Jared Hurlburt tonight, and it kind of played out after that first series. I think kind of played out like we expected it would.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to, I guess, Brockway for trying to catch them off guard. But, you know, you have plays like that happen where they kind of backfire on you. And again, kudos to Brockway because Bradford moved down the field in just a couple plays. It looked like they were going to get a 3-and-out, but then they got a kind of a, I don't call it a fluke, but they got a good pass play to the receiver who managed to miss a couple tackles, got to the end zone, and then Brockway was like, hey, wait a minute. Let's regroup. They did that and came back and got a touchdown, and then from here on out, it's been Brockway.
Yeah, I'm looking down at the Brockway bench down here in front of us. We have an official being tended to by the trainer, so he has some kind of he's got an official injury.
I feel like you've had that one in your back pocket all year. You've just been waiting.
Well, I didn't even know I had it in my back pocket. That's a surprising thing.
It just comes naturally to you. Is that what it is?
Anyway, do we have any more scores from some of these other games yet? We'll
yes.
pass those along if we have them.
Yes, we do. So, second quarter, Otto Eldred is over Cameron County 6-0. That's a tight game right now. Central Clarion is over St. Mary's just 7-0 second quarter. Clearfield and Bald Eagle are tied at 0. Coudersport Smethport 0s. Kerwinsville Mo Valley 0s. Connellsville DuBois still 7-all first quarter. Union AC Valley 16, Kane 0 first quarter. Karnes City 7, Westinghouse 0 second quarter. Keystone still 35-0 over Bucktail. Montauk and Ridgeway both knotted up at 0. Interesting one here, Port Allegheny and Brookville second quarter is 0 apiece. Punxsutawney over Red Bank right now second quarter 22-0. And that rounds us out for District 9 play.
Well, it's interesting that DuBois should go all the way to Connellsville to play a football game. Connellsville used to be in the WPIAL, but got to the place where they could not compete in the WPIAL, so they are independent now. So that's why they were playing DuBois, I guess. And but it's pretty good football out that way, and so I didn't think that DuBois was going to go out there and have an easy time of it. And right now, as you said, they're locked up at 7-7. So that not 7-0. It's tied at 7-7.
Yeah, 7-7. Sevens across the board.
Well, one thing that when the people that are listening, if you've never tried to talk for a long period of time and actually make sense for a long period of time, sooner or later you will say something that is completely stupid. And so it's not a matter if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a matter it's going to happen.
It's just, thankfully for us, we're used to talking to ourselves, so talking on a headset is something that we can do naturally.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And for people that don't know, Jared and I did coach together here at Brockway several years ago. And so we've known each other for a while. And right now you're in the process of moving into a new house in December, right? The game plan is December, I do believe, right?
God willing. I mean, we're in coal country, so we've had our fair share of coal issues, coal mines, and things that we've run into, and just various things that you never think about until you're a home builder. So willing, we will be moving in the middle of December.
Well, they've got everything closed in, right? So everything is being done on the inside. I think you said they got the electric and plumbing and all that done, so that's a big deal.
Yep, mudding the drywalls right now. They just put the sidewalk in today. We made it ADA accessible for you.
Well, yes, please.
No handrails, though.
And I was asking for a grandparent quarter, but I'm not sure that you listened to me.
It's the basement. We have a basement room that's not insulated.
You have a dungeon in the basement. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about football, and let's just move ahead now to next week. Brockway's going to be playing Carn City. Carn City has traditionally been really a tough team to play, and they're going to be tough this year as well. So it'll be a test for the Rovers. And so when you look at their schedule, they've got Carn City next week, and then you and I are going to do the Ridgeway game. And then the last game is against Port Allegheny, who it looks like they're really in a battle with Brookville, which kind of surprises me a little bit. But, of course, one thing that happened with Port Allegheny, they lost one of their best linemen, if not their best lineman, with an injury. But they still have Aiden Bliss, who is one of the premier running backs, in the area. So he's still there. So we'll see what happens. But that'll be the last regular season game, and that's going to be played right here. And then we'll see what the playoffs bring.
Yeah, and sometimes, and I know I've kind of mulled on this with Jake talking about, just make the playoffs. And I thought, well, why don't you want your players to focus on a record? Just win your games. But sometimes something like this, maybe it can take a little bit of stress off the players, because as a player, your coaching staff is like, look, our goal is to make it to the playoffs. However we do that, whether we do that 10-0 or we do that 5-5. So sometimes that takes the pressure off of you to have to perform a certain way against teams that maybe you're going to struggle against, because you think, okay, we just have to win 5 games, and you kind of pick out who those teams are, and as long as you handle those games, then you can make it to the playoffs. Now it seems like, in the past, you always had to have a winning record to make it to the playoffs, and even then you weren't guaranteed to make it to the playoffs. But now with the introduction of more classifications, it's easier to make it to the playoffs, and easier in the fact that you don't have to have a winning record anymore to get to the playoffs. It's a lot of talking on my part there about winning.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a good point, because coaches think differently than the players think. Coaches might think, okay, we're okay with winning this number of games that gets us what we want to, where we want to get to. But the players are thinking, well, we really care about winning games too. I mean, we want to win games too.
Yeah.
So, but fortunately for Brockway, they have had the advantage of having some, I think, really good talent here over the last several years. And if you remember when you and I were coaching over here at Brockway, we had some really good kids.
Well, a bunch of them are coaching football tonight. You've got Coach Benson, Coach Heigl, Coach Doan.
That's true. Absolutely true.
They're all coaching now.
Offensive guard. And I looked at the, what I ran off of, the internet when I looked at the coaching staff for Brockway, and I noticed that we have a Jacob Heigl head coach, and we have a Jacob Heigl head coach, and we have a Jake Heigl assistant coach.
Wow.
So we got 2 Jacobs and 1 Jake.
Yeah.
So
it just depends on what mood he's in, whether he's a Jacob at the time or he's a Jake at the time.
So they've got him listed 3 times, And I'll have to make sure I remind him of that. That's how. What are you trying to do here, Jake?
Mind games.
Trying to play mind games is right. Looks like a family coaching staff when you look at it.
Yeah.
In any event. We'll take a break here shortly in a few seconds here, but I just want to remind you, if you're just joining us, this is a special night for the kids because it is homecoming night, and the girls are all dressed up in their gowns. They look great. And so we're going to take just a little break here. Remember, our halftime score is 33-6 in favor of the Brockway Rovers.
And this is the Clyde Ferrero halftime report on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106.
Buy the Baxter bag from WM. It's a dumpster in a bag. Fill it with up to 3,300 pounds of household debris. At half the size of a large dumpster, it's perfect for do-it-yourselfers. You fill it up, we pick it up, whenever you're ready. From cleanups to renovations. Buy, fill, gone. Available online and at home improvement retailers.
Community service and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook & Ferrero. Attorneys at Law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
Navigating legal matters can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. In Brockway, Inzana and Melillo are here to help with all your legal needs, from custody and divorce to child and spousal support, estate planning, and real estate. Our experienced team offers compassionate and skilled legal services. Visit us at 423 Main Street, Brockway, or call us today to get the support you need for a brighter future.
Sunny 106, music that makes you feel good. On air, online, and on Amazon Alexa. Today's Sunny 106.
Welcome back, everyone, to our homecoming halftime. Our halftime score 33-6. If you missed that, we have just about 8 minutes left here in the half, and our producer took off, Jared, so we can't take a break until he gets back. So
I think we can cover it. We can plenty of stuff we can say.
It's on us. So you gave scores, around the area, and like I said earlier, to see Du Bois run all the way to Connellsville. And we love to see games. I would love to see Du Bois play Brockway every year. Because it's kind of a crosstown rivalry, and I know they kind of have a rivalry with Punxsutawney, but this would be a good rivalry as well because it's even closer than Punxsutawney is, and I think at this point they could be very competitive, with each other.
Right, I agree with you. At this point, Brockway, their staff does a good job of whether they have 25 players or 30, 35 players. They get their guys in good playing shape. They're athletic, they're strong, they're big. And, you're going to have cyclical years with bigger schools like Du Bois, like you do with Brockway. Now, Brockway is just based on sheer numbers. Du Bois might be based on the talent that they have at the time. But I know in the past there was always this concern that Brockway just wanted to come away healthy out of that game. And then Brockway won. And now it's less like that, and it's Brockway wants to win the game. And it's not just to look at, let's just make sure we stay healthy and come out of the game with, the same players we entered with.
Yeah, and we did see that happen. I don't know if you were doing that game or not, but a couple of years ago when Du Bois played Brockway over here, and Tanner Morelli was a good receiver for Brockway, got hit and ruptured a spleen. And so a pretty significant injury, really. And I remember at that time I reached out to Rocky Blair and I said, I've got this kid get injured. I said, would you call him? And he did. He called Tanner, and Tanner told me, he said, I got this phone call from Pittsburgh. He said, I don't know anybody in Pittsburgh. And but he went ahead and answered it, and it was Rocky Blair. So it just kind of shocked him. But that was a rough game for Brockway because they got more than one injury in that game. Not as serious as that one, but they get banged up because there was that much difference, between those two teams at that time. But since that time, it's been much more competitive and could be very competitive, I think. And so maybe it'll happen in the future. I think Jake kind of left that door open that maybe, maybe even next year they'll play again. But it's a shame that teams have to go all the way to Connellsville like Du Bois did tonight. And then 2 years ago, I think they went all the way down to Bedford County, which is a long hike as well, to play a single A school down there, So you wish you could get teams competing with each other, more locally.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the score here is 33-6, compliments of Stars Trailer Sales, and just kind of how we got to that point. So at the beginning of the game, there was an onside kick by Brockway, returned by a big lineman for Bradford, and set up a pass to Shirk, which took it to 6-0. They missed their extra point. And then after that, it's been all Brockway. Brockway had a rushing touchdown by Weir, a catch by Himes, another run by Weir, another catch by Winnings. And then we had Aiden Patton with a touchdown run and then a few extra points there. So that's kind of how we got to that point. It was by air and by ground.
Yeah, and it's kind of, if you're in the locker room, so let's say that you are the coach from the Bradford Owls, what are you telling them with the score of 33-6 here at halftime?
Yeah, I think you tell them that there's some things that they're doing right. So inside the tackle here, you saw right before halftime, they started to get a little bit of momentum and move the ball down the field with their inside run plays. But the problem is that they have some guys who don't look like they're really into the game. They're not in the right spot at the right time, and they don't look like they want the football. So you need to challenge them because the plays have been there for them to kind of stay in the game. So you just need to harp on consistency. We need to hold on to the football. We can't have the fumbles that we've been having. We need to all play as 11, together, 11 as one, move the football down the field, whether it's a 3-yard gain or a 10-yard gain. All we need is 10 for a first down, and just see what happens the second half.
Yeah, and keep the fun in it. I mean, at this level, we play the game because we like to play football. And so even though you may be losing and maybe eventually, you lose the game, you still want to be able to enjoy what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And so, but I talked to one of the coaches I talked to Joe from one of the assistant coaches for Brockway before the game, and we were talking about, the lack of numbers that we're seeing. Especially in smaller schools, and at some point in some smaller schools, you may see football disappear completely. And there are places where that's already happened. And so either they will have to join, a jointure where kids have to travel, which is a kind of a pain in the neck, for kids that want to play, or they lose the ability to play football at all because their school just can't carry it anymore. So. We're seeing, I think, smaller numbers, too, on junior high teams, where teams are down to where they've got 15 or 16 players, maybe 18 players. And so the feeder programs may not be there either. And there's a lot of, because of mostly, I think, grandparents and parents, there are a lot of people that really support the small teams that are out there. And kids start so early that a lot of kids get tired of it by the time they get to, they played 6 years of football before they ever get to 8th grade, and they get tired of it. And that's why, and one of the coaches said that you get kids that have played in 7th grade, perhaps 8th grade, do not come out for football again until they're juniors or seniors. They just don't, and some. The reason for some of that, as the coach said, and I think, I agree with that, is that sometimes they think, well, if I come out as a freshman or as a sophomore, I'm not going to play. But if I come out as a junior or senior, I get a better chance to start or play. And, of course, I don't think that's a great way to look at it. If you love the game, you're going to continue to play year after year. But so we're going to see a change, I think, in the game as it relates to high school especially.
Yeah, a couple things with that. I think when I hear a kid talk like that to me means that their heart's not really in it for football. I mean, I was thinking about it on the way over, and just some of the players that we've had in the past who started as freshmen. You had Mikey Martino, and I think Jake might have played some, and just some of these guys, and you looked at their mentality towards football, and it was just very different than players who maybe come out as a junior year, because when you hear that, to me, that just means that you're not willing to put in the time to get yourself ready as a freshman to play at the level that it is now. Yeah, and you miss out on and getting better skilled because you missed all that training time, and then from an injury point of view as well, you're subjecting your body to not being as prepared as you've been playing all along. So there are a lot of and of course the other thing is that soccer's becoming so big. And soccer's kind of exploded over the last many years, and so if you are a parent that you don't want your kid involved in a collision sport,
of course, we know that occasionally that happens in soccer, but it's not intended, and so the chances of you getting injured in football a lot higher than getting injured in soccer, and so some of that plays into the scenario as well.
Yeah, and I think something else to note with Pennsylvania in general is Pennsylvania used to be when you were younger was big coal state, and a lot of that has gone away. So these towns like, Renovo, Cameron County, areas that were huge. I mean, Renovo used to be such a huge place, and it was one of the most expensive places in the U.S. to take a vacation, and it just died with the coal. And now those towns, Renovo used to have several football teams, and now, they struggle, and they're the smallest school in Pennsylvania to have a football team. It's hard when you look at that, and people are moving out of the area out of necessity for jobs and just trying to support their family. And I would also say that parents in general aren't having 7-8 kids at a time like they used to.
That's true, yeah. Well, yeah, and I grew up in the hard coal area in Schuylkill County, so it's the same thing back there. Is that it's totally different than what it was. Of course, that was back in in the 50s and 60s when coal was still big, and then when coal disappeared, then everything kind of disappeared with it, and so these things change. I mean, life is change, and that's what we're seeing. And so, what the next several years will hold for smaller schools, because football is expensive, and so it's a money issue as well. It costs a lot of money, a lot more than it used to cost. When you're talking about how much a helmet costs compared to what it cost, 40 years ago, quite different. So, well, we are about 1:30 away from the start of this second half, and so we'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with a second half kickoff right after this.
When you have a breakdown or an accident that causes mechanical damage, it's frustrating to be running around from a mechanic to a body shop and maybe back again. See Jim's Custom Collision for mechanical service and body work. From an oil change to an engine replacement, Jim's is a do-it-all automotive shop and even offers 24-hour towing. Jim's Custom Collision in Du Bois and the Falls Creek Industrial Park. Voted #1 in the best of Tri-County.
Rogos. Hi, this is Tim Rogas, and I don't mind how you pronounce my name, just so you stop over and see what I feel is the best selection of pre-owned vehicles that are fully serviced to the highest standards in the business. So stop over and see us, where I know you'll meet the friendliest staff around. And if you can't get out, you can always shop at rogosauto.com. That's ROGOS auto.com. And see why they say those who know go to Rogas.
Rogas Auto Sales. Yardworks makes your backyard dreams come true.
With landscaping and hardscaping services to create your own oasis.
Get custom outdoor kitchens for as low as $75 a month.
A spacious patio with fire pit, fully landscaped, and lighting as low as $175 per month.
And a pavilion for just $75 a month.
All hardscaping is backed by an industry-leading 72-month warranty.
Pre-qualify and get the details at yardworksco.com.
Serving the Tri-County area. Get an estimate today.
yardworksco.com. PA 6025.
Welcome back to Frank Verichetti Field. We're ready to begin the third quarter. Third quarter is sponsored by Smith's Lawn and Landscaping. Create the yard of your dreams with Smith's.
Okay, about ready for the Rovers to receive the second half kickoff. They're down here to our left. Back to receive that kick, we have number 17. That's Kennedy back there, and I believe Himes is back there with him, number 6. And let's see this kickoff, where it will end up, and not bad. It's going to be taken at the 15-yard line. And that is Kennedy. Kennedy coming to the near side. Got plenty of room out here. And he will get outside the 40-yard line to about the 43-yard line. Going to mark it, I think, at the 42. So the Rovers will start there.
Nice tackle on the play there by number 33. We've announced his name several times tonight. That's Langdon.
Okay, so the Rovers, let's see what they've got in store for this second half. They're going to be in their ace formation right off the bat. Ball's resting near side hash mark as we begin.
Scores 33-6, compliments of Stars trailer sales.
Again, and to my left, Mr. Gerald Hurlbert, all the way from the middle of nowhere. Okay, Pat with a fake handoff to Weir and a quick throw-out pass to the far side, and that is Doherty. He's still on his feet, crosses the 50-yard line, inside to the around the 40-yard line, knocked out of bounds over there. And they're going to mark it back a little bit farther than what I originally thought at about the 43-yard line. So the Rovers have it in Owls territory.
Still be a waste management first down, though.
Another waste management first down, correct. Okay, we've got, again, ace formation, slot far side and near side. One sidecar, that's Weir back there along with Patton. And Patton's back to pass again, looking deep downfield, and got a man way out down there, but it's kind of underthrown. And so no good. And again, with that, another one of those situations about not getting enough air under the ball, like you mentioned earlier.
Not only that, but he's waiting way too long to let the ball out. And by the time he's thrown the football, the defender and the wide receiver have already seen it. And then to underthrow it just puts the wide receiver in a position where he has to now play defense to try and get the ball.
Yeah, and what you want to watch for, too, is that receiver getting the defensive back off his base, hips turn the other direction to where you want to go, and it gives you a little bit more room. So, okay, trips near side this time. Ball's resting far side hash mark. Weir's again back there with Patton. And Patton with a handoff off the right side. Nothing there. Immediate tackle made. Nice play there by, I think, number one, I think, for the Owls, and that is Lucas Wallace. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down 11.
Yeah, nice play for Bradford. Curious to see what they go here. I mean, Bradford's giving Brockway a look that says throw the ball shorter, but they don't want to.
All right, 3rd and 11 from the 44-yard line. Patton back to pass. He's got plenty of time and airs it way out down there. He's got a man open, and that catch is made, and that is Himes, I believe. And he will make the catch somewhere at the 1-yard line.
Yeah,
so
nice
another
catch.
Waste management first down on a long pass from Patton to Himes.
We'll see that on the Rogus replay. That was a nice catch. I actually thought that maybe the safety was going to come over the top and make a play on that.
Okay, so 1st down and goal for the Rovers. They've got it marked at the 2-yard line. So the Rovers threatening early on here in the second half as the pass will be out to the near or far side. That is Doherty. And I think Doherty is in, and he is at the 10:29 mark here in the 3rd period. Brockway will score again. Patton to Doherty, make it 39 now to 6.
Way to, I mean, I don't know a lot of people throw a screen on the 2-yard line, but sometimes you got to keep your players happy and let everybody get in the end zone.
Yeah, it's not always something you want to do.
But I guess if you can do it,
Yeah, I mean, it would scare me that what if somebody really reads that and picks it off at the 1-yard line and takes it all the way back.
But I will say, if you're going to throw it to somebody, you want to throw it to Doherty.
Yep, and he took it in from the 2-yard line. Okay, here comes the extra point attempt, Bassick, and it is up, and it is good. And so at the 10:29 mark here in the 3rd period, it is 40 now to 6 in favor of the Brockway Rovers, and we'll be back with the Brockway kickoff right after these messages.
Looking for reliable tax preparation, payroll, or bookkeeping services? Whether you're an individual or small business owner, NDL Accounting Services has got you covered. Visit Sarah and Emily at 248 Main Street, Brockway, PA, and get expert help tailored just for you. Want more information? Find them on Facebook to see how they can assist you with all of your accounting needs. NDL Accounting Services, where your financial peace of mind begins.
Okay, we're back on Sunny 106 on Tri-County TV. A new score in the game, now 40 to 6 in favor of the Rovers by virtue of that long pass from Patton to Himes. And then the throw-out pass there to Doherty to score the touchdown and the kick by Bassick. So right now, Brockway very much in control of this football game. Doherty ready to kick off now for the Rovers.
Upcoming kickoff, sponsored by Yardworks.
Yep, Yardworks again for our kickoffs. Thank you, Yardworks. And just outside the 5-yard line at the 6, the kick returner receives it and brings it out over the 35-yard line to about the 32 or 33 yard line, so the Owls will start there.
Well, I tell you what I really like about Kohler returning that football is he doesn't try to dance and get sideline to sideline or this or that. It's like he knows he's going to run into the gauntlet, and he does it at full speed, which is usually where kicks are broken. When you run full speed into that and something opens up, you're shooting out of a cannon.
Absolutely, yeah, good point. Okay, so first down and 10 from the 37. The Owls have it, moving from our right to our left. Out here to the near side is, I believe, number 18. That is Austin. He's a junior, 6'1", 180. One back in the backfield, or two backs in the backfield. The quarterback handed the first man through there, and he is hit almost immediately, if not center. A little loss, I think, back there to about the 36-yard line. There at least is no gain on the play for sure. That's going to mark it, I think, right at the same play. So second down and 10, 37-yard line for the Bradford Owls from way up there in Bradford, Pennsylvania. No snow up there yet, I understand. Okay, quick pass out to the far side. Rover was there but could not get in the way of that pass, and so it's brought all the way out to the 45-yard line. Still shy of the line of gain, however.
Number 18. I don't think we've called 18's number yet. Michael, oh, that's not.
Yeah, just call him once. Austin?
Braylon
Austin, yeah. Okay. Junior, 6'1", 180. So good play there. Third down and 3 now, so much more manageable here on a third down from the 45-yard line. Motion, hand off to was that Kohler?
Yeah, it looked like it.
I think it was Kohler. He will not get to the line of gain, so it'll bring up a fourth down and 1. Fourth down and 1, just over the 45-yard line at the 46-yard line. It looks like Himes may be going back for this expected punt, but they're not going to punt. They're going to go for it. And here is motion. That's orbit motion. Hand off to the first guy through, and he's got the waste management first down to midfield. They'll mark it right at midfield.
That was Langdon, big fullback.
Yeah, it looks like it's either Langdon or Kohler, one or the other, that carries the leather tonight.
I think that was
Kohler's
Langdon.
not a big dude.
No.
He's 5'7", 140, so not a big kid.
He looks big when he runs, though. He runs like he's big.
He runs big, yep. Okay, so first down and 10 from the 50. Orbit motion again. That is number 30 once again. Kohler. Not much.
But I think if you're Bradford, this is kind of what you're hoping for. I think there's going to be a running clock now. So let's continue to move the football and get positive yardage. No dumb plays, no turn the football over. Let's just consistently move the ball 3-4 yards a clip. Try to get a long one, but just play your game of football and see where it takes you.
Well, they get inside of Rover territory at the 49-yard line. And jet motion this time. Hand off to the jet motion man, and he's coming to the near side. Got a little bit of room there. He breaks free. And that is number 2. That's Shirk, Fabian Shirk on the carry.
It's a play where the lineman didn't get out there fast enough, and the jet man ran into him, but still, athletic play by Shirk and some poor tackling by Brockway to make a play and get down the field close to another first down.
Yes, and Shirk did not shirk his duties on that particular play. Not. Third down and 1 from the 41-yard line of the Rovers. And here comes orbit motion this time. Handoff in the backfield. And a couple tackles
again, just poor tackling.
Yeah, again, Langdon on the carry. He's getting a lot of work as well. And that is a waste management first down for the Owls.
So again, as Bradford is doing right now, this is what you can just hope for as a coach is let's see what we can do. Move the football down the field. We might not be in a position to win the game, but let's make it a game again, or at least respectable.
Yeah, they certainly haven't given up, that's for sure. Okay, jet motion this time. Back to pass is the quarterback, and he's got a man open in the flat out there, makes the catch, and makes a nice move.
It's Kohler.
And that is Kohler.
Kohler's a shifty little kid. We've said this a couple times, but he very rarely gets tackled the first time he's hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've got some kids that are, fairly athletic. Mm-hmm. Just don't have enough of them, I guess.
Or they greased them up with Vaseline at halftime. Just trying to make it hard to
maybe
tackle.
That was the kind of a double wing formation here, too. Under center is the quarterback this time with the motion. Inside handoff. There's that counter play on the inside. Didn't get much out of it. Got a little bit. Going to bring up a third down now. And third down and about 3 yards to go for the Owls. They've had a good drive going on so far.
Yeah. I mean, this is typically what you try to do with a wing offense is you just grind and then get a score.
Well, under center again on the wing. One back in the backfield behind the quarterback, and he will get that handoff coming to the near side, and that is number 33 this time, I believe. And so Langdon this time, and he will, let's see.
It's going to be close
to the first down marker, I think. Might be a little shy. I think he is. So we have a fourth down and about, it's not even one, is it?
No, maybe a half yard or a shoe length.
Well, depending on your shoe size.
Yeah.
We got one kid on our junior high team at DuBois wears a 14 size shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid could water ski with that water skis.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can walk on water.
And it's an ugly foot, too. I mean, it is long and skinny. Okay, and there's quarterback keeper, and let's see. It'll be close. If he gets to the 30-yard line, he'll be a little bit shy, but let's see. I don't think he made it.
That's just,
again,
it's a head shaker for Bradford. It's like you're doing things under center. Why go back 5 yards when you haven't had any success with that?
Yeah, I know. It is a confusing situation. Okay, so the Rovers will take over from their own 30-yard line. We've got 5:40 on a stop clock right now. They lead it by a score. Do the Rovers 42-6.
Now to be curious to see for Brockway if they continue to push the gas pedal or if they slow it down and just try and grind this down with some runs.
Well, they're ace formation, and there is a handoff to Weir, or not. Is that Weir? I think that's number 2. I think that is Schwentner. The first time he's been in the backfield tonight.
Yeah.
So gave Weir a little bit of a rest. I don't see him out there at all, really. I think he's on the sideline. Yes, he is. And so Schwentner looks like he might go the rest of the way here, get some practice at running back. Looks like they're going to stay in that ace formation right now. Ball resting pretty much in the middle of the field, close to the middle of the field. Again, that ace formation, 2 slots, one far side, one near side back. The pass is Patton looking downfield, got time, got a man crossing across, and that catch is made. And that is Himes, and he will go out of bounds with a waste management first down at the 45-yard line.
We've been talking about this for a couple weeks because this is that shallow play that they run, and the quarterback is supposed to read the linebacker, and if he sees the linebacker bail on the dig, he throws the underneath route, and I mean, he finally read it and threw it and had the time to throw it.
Yes, it's one of the rare times, really. Okay, ball near side hash, again, ace formation for the Rovers. One sidecar, and pass out here to Kennedy, makes the catch. And we'll pick up a couple out near the 50-yard line to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, kind of like you said before, this is going to be a game where a lot of players are going to have a lot of opportunities to catch the football and a lot of stats, and that's a good thing to keep everybody happy and kind of get yourself ready for a test next week against Carn City.
Well, they've had some games where they've been stymied. They had a couple games, 2 games where they didn't score a point, and so.
And that's something that these guys aren't used to.
No, the numbers have been really down. We know Patton threw for over 3,000 yards last year. He's not on that pace this year by far. So getting some numbers tonight, though. There's the handoff, and that is Schwentner, and Schwentner will get another waste management first down as he's inside the 40-yard line to about the 37-yard line of the Owls. So mixing it up with a little passing, a little running.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they really want to do, and they were quite capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of good work for some guys for next week. They'll have their hands full. It won't be a game like tonight when they go to Carn City.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, got a wing this time and a slot to the near side, and there is room off that left side, and that is Schwentner, and that is another waste management first down all the way down near the 20-yard line at about the 21-yard line.
One thing I noticed that's a little different with Schwentner running the football is he's a north-south runner. He doesn't want to do the dance moves or doesn't have them like the running backs in front of him do, but still an effective run. Got about 20-some yards there on the run.
Okay, so 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Rovers on the move. From our left to our right here. Ball right in the center of the field. Slot to the near side. Quick pass out to the far side. Doherty got the catch, still on his feet, and got running room. he's a hard guy to bring down, and he's inside the 5-yard line. So they'll mark it either right on the 5 or just inside the 5-yard line. So another waste management first down and a first down and goal for the Rovers.
Something that at least I didn't notice until this play is that Aiden Patton's out of the game now, and Ben Bash is taking over at
number 4.
Quarterback. Yep.
So Bash and
we won't bash him at all.
No, I hope you don't. We haven't seen him there. He's a sophomore. He's not a small kid. He's 6'1", 170. So he's got opportunity here to get some reps in. Split far side, near side, and a handoff, and that is Schwentner right straight ahead. And can they move him into the end zone? They do. And so at 2:32 here left in the third period, the Brockway Rovers will score again to make it 46-6 with the extra break upcoming. And so right that time, just right down the field for a mixture between the run and the pass.
Yeah, and this is kind of like we mentioned maybe at the beginning of the game, where now Brockway's just going to lean on their bigger players and just grind and grind and grind. And after a while, you just get tired of being ground down, and you don't maybe stay on that block as long as you need to.
Okay, Edison Bassick with the extra point attempt. Yeah, we'll see a lot of younger players here, and it looks like it's good. So at 2:32, 47-6 is our score. You're listening to Sunny 106 at Tri-County TV. I'll be right back right after this.
Rogos. Rogus. Rogos. Rogus. Rogos.
Hi, this is Tim Rogus, and I don't mind how you pronounce my name, just so you stop over and see what I feel is the best selection of pre-owned vehicles that are fully serviced to the highest standards in the business. So stop over and see us where I know you'll meet the friendliest staff around. And if you can't get out, you can always shop at rogusauto.com. That's ROGOS auto.com. And see why they say those who know go to Rogus.
Rogus Auto Sales.
Okay, we are back. 2:32 remaining here in the third period. Is 47-6 in favor of the Rovers, and things have gone pretty much like we expected they would, Jared.
Been a lot of kickoffs by Brockway, so thank you, Yardworks, for your sponsor of the kickoffs, and you had your name mentioned.
Good night to do that.
Good night, yeah.
We haven't had a lot of flags, though, so we're grateful for that. That really can slow a game down.
Yeah.
As it did last week. Okay, here comes a kickoff by Doherty. And it is very shallow, and it's going to bounce off a player back there. I could play it at the 20-yard line, and it's going to come to the near side, and it's going to be taken down there. I think that is Weir, number 9, on that play. No, yes, it is, I think. Yeah, he did
Matt DeCasper, number 9.
Yeah.
We're so used to calling Weir's name tonight.
I know. Okay, so the Owls will have it down at their own 23-yard line. And we've got 2:25 remaining here in the third period.
Oh, there is a Hugh Water timeout by Bradford. 2:25 left to go in the third quarter. So
okay.
we want to hang out here? Are we going to take a break? Or?
We'll just hang out here for a minute. I think we're good in the break department, so we'll just hang out right here. Again, remember that next week we are going to be traveling to Karn City, and we'll bring you the action from there. Karn City, quite a different opponent than the Brockway Rovers faced tonight. But this is kind of a tune-up for them, trying different things, getting some people into the game that perhaps would not get a chance otherwise. And I think we'll see a lot of them in the second or in this final period. So we'll have to look for numbers. It's hard enough without getting new people in the game, but we'll do our best.
I got a message from my mother. She wanted me to tell you that the extra room in our house is for her, not for you.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I get that. Yeah, I get that. All right. We thanks, Mom. Okay, 2:14 running clock. Loss on that play. Bring it back now to the 20-yard line. So it'll be a second down and 13 now for the Owls.
You know, I don't want to say this, but usually when the game kind of gets out of hand like this, defensively for Brockway, having just kind of like their ears pinned back, this is probably when we're going to have one of the Nzana and Malillo hits of the game. We're going to have somebody come through and class or somebody.
I still think your mother should defer to the older person. Okay, 2nd and 13, jet motion.
Oh, fumble.
And ball's on the ground, and it's okay. So the Owls will still have it. They're going to be right at their 20 or inside their 20-yard line. 3rd down and 14 yards to go now for the Owls. Clock still running here with 1:26 remaining here.
We would expect the rest of the game that we'll have a running clock.
Yes. So you just tell your mother that I'm older, so I get first crack at it.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to her like that. She's going to beat the messenger.
Okay, 3rd down and 14. 1 minute remaining here in the third period. Back to pass. I think we got a new quarterback back there also for the Owls. I think that is probably number 1. Is that 1 Lucas Wallace, sophomore?
I don't see
He's the other one listed, I believe,
15,
at quarterback.
I think is who I saw.
Oh, you saw 15 at quarterback?
14.
Okay, let me check 15. No. Yeah, he's a quarterback too. He's a freshman, though. Rosendahl.
So he's back in the game now. 14 is just...
Okay, we have a punt formation on this 4th and 11 now from the 23. Clock running down here in the third period. And here comes the punt. And it's going to bounce around a bit, and nobody's going to take it. It's going to drop dead there at about the 49-yard line. So Brockway will have it with 17 seconds remaining here in the third period. Well, we do have a few. If you noticed over there on the far side, we do have a few diehards that came down from Bradford.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope they all get home without running into a deer on the way up there. It's a lot of wilderness on the way up to Bradford.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say there's a lot of wilderness, for me too, going from here to Penfield.
Quick score update. DuBois is up 21-10 at halftime against Connellsville, and Clearfield is over Bald Eagle 6-3 at halftime right now.
Okay.
Game of kicking.
Yeah, so DuBois up on Connellsville. First time they've ever played them, probably.
Yeah. It looks like we're going to run the clock here to the end of the third quarter. So this is here at the end of the Smith Lawn and Landscaping third quarter. Score is 47-6 in favor of Brockway. We'll be back for the fourth quarter on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106.
Hey, Rovers fans, there's a flag on the field when it comes to tackling your yard work.
Change your game plan by calling the winning team at Smith Lawn and Landscaping, proud supporters of Rovers football.
With over 20 years' experience, Smith's Lawn and Landscaping is your go-to for custom designs and building and maintaining beautiful landscapes that boost your property's value.
Spike the ball in your own beautiful yard thanks to Smith Lawn and Landscaping on Facebook and SmithLawnandLandscaping.com. Go Rovers!
Okay, we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Score is 47-6. Fourth quarter is sponsored by VSI.
All right, thank you, VSI. 12 minutes to go here. It'll be a running clock since our score is 47-6 now in favor of the Brockway Rovers.
Well, with it being homecoming, this is kind of what you hope for. Every team wants to be able to handle their opponent on homecoming and have a nice night and, everybody be happy.
Yeah, you always schedule Skidmore Tech on your homecoming night. Yeah. Okay, and there's a handoff, and that is number 15 this time. And number 15 for the Brockway Rovers is a young man by the name of Skylar Logan. He is a sophomore, 5'90", 160. And he's still going, and he's got a waste management first down and much, much more.
He's young enough that doesn't realize when the whistle blows
no.
that's done. He's like, I'm
yeah, that's
like
good for him.
Forrest Gump, just keep on running.
He's got a lot of pushing there. I see Yale is in there. He was pushing as well, trying to help out. Again, the basic ace formation here by the Brockway Rovers. Benny Bash is playing quarterback right now. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 170.
Got Schwentner out playing wide receiver.
And I think we still have number 15. Yeah, 15 is still playing back there. There's a pass and no good behind the receiver.
Number 20.
Logan was back there in the backfield as well.
Number 20 is Zayden Faith, Jr. He didn't look like he knew the football was coming to him.
Well, yeah, hasn't seen a lot of action.
Yeah.
But he's seeing a little bit tonight here in this last period.
Okay. Oh.
Bash also plays some defense, and he's done a good job there. Sometimes he'll play receiver. And we've got a penalty flag on the field.
An eligible man downfield for Brockway. So somebody decided to move down the field before they were allowed. One of the hog mollies.
Flag sponsored by your local federal order of police and lawyers. Just kidding, folks. Okay, hand off there, and that again is to number 15. Is still on his feet, and he could go all the way, but he does not. And that is Logan, Skylar Logan, and he's running with reckless abandonment.
Yeah, that's a great way to get noticed by the coaching staff. Boy, he is shot out of a rocket there.
Yeah, just watch your Ruggers replay there, and he is still moving, shaking tackles, and he's going to be finally taken down around the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. Where do they have 3-yard line, I guess?
Having that Rogus replay is nice.
It is nice. Another waste management first down also for the Rovers. Again, their regular ace formation. Logan is still back there with Bash. Bash looking to throw. Got a man open. No. And
24, Quentin Perrin.
Oh. And 10 for Perrin. Another parent.
We've had a few parents come through the program.
We've had a few parents come through the program, yes.
Jake's a basketball coach somewhere now.
Yes, that's right.
Pretty good job. And Chad came through the program too.
Chad, yep.
There might have been some other ones after my time there, but
well, perhaps, yeah. Okay.
Jake was another standout wide receiver that we had back in the day.
That's right. Second and third from the 3-yard line for the Rovers. Logan is back there again with Bash. Benny Bash back to pass, looking for somebody to find open. He's got the run if he wants it, and he'll pass into the end zone, and that's going to be no good. Looked like he had room to run if he'd wanted to.
Yeah, these are good learning lessons for your younger players. When he came out, you could tell he didn't want to run it the way he was looking to line somebody up. But, yeah, sometimes when you go only about 2 or 3 yards back, you just got to take it down and go with it.
When in doubt, run.
Yeah.
Okay, again, staying in that ace formation, which means it's double slot, one to the far side and one near side.
I'd give it to number 15 here. Let him put it in.
Yeah, Skylar Logan's back there with him, and he does get the ball, and I think he's going to get in too, and he does, but there's a flag on the play.
Ooh. 59 looks like he train wrecked somebody.
It could have been a hold back there. Let's see. It was thrown down right near the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a chop block is what they're going to call here. Thanks to our Rogas replay, I can see a little closer. It looks like they're calling it.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Chop block.
That signal. Is that or my pants are falling down? Kind of looks the same. Okay, so we don't have the official call from the official. Now we do. So, yep, chop block. Okay, so that's going to move the Rovers.
You ever wonder how they came up with the hand signals that they do?
Yes, I do. Now, some of them are rather obvious, but others, you wonder who thought of that one. Okay, so the Rovers being taken backwards now. They're going to mark that ball down at about the 15-yard line, I think. Yep.
I don't know. The way Skylar Logan's been running the football, I might just give it to him here and let him try it again.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? He's done a really good job coming in.
He got you down the field.
Okay, they're staying in their ace formation, and of course Logan is still in there. Skylar Logan, Bash is still at the quarterback. That's Benny. So some new people there. I think we have maybe have to check the lineman too. We might have a few new numbers in there as well. Bash is back to pass, looking downfield, and he throws it, and the guy's open, and good throw, and the catch is made. And I can't see who that is, but
number 2, Schwentner.
Schwentner makes the catch. A nice pass there by Bash. I mean, he fired that thing in there. So at the 8:29 mark, the Rovers strike again, and it's 53 now to 6 in favor of the Rovers. We can see that on replay. The Rovers replay. Bash, he sees a guy open, and he just nails him between 2 players, 2 defensive players. So nice play there by the receiver and the quarterback. It looks like, let's see, is Bassick still the kicker? I don't know if they have another kicker or not besides, yes, it's Edison Bassick, same guy, number 13. He is a junior, I believe, as well. And he's doing the extra point duties tonight. Got a little rough start tonight, but he's done pretty well recently. And we have a little holdup. I don't know why up right there. Oh, encroachment. Okay, we've got encroachment against the defense. And so they're going to move it a little closer to the goal line, halfway to the goal line. And so
make it 1 yard shorter for him.
Yeah, just 1 yard shorter. And so he's lining it up, get ready for the kick to try to make it 54. to 6. Ball is down. It is up, and I believe it is good, and it is. So at the 8:29 mark, it is now Rovers 54, and the Owls from Bradford 6. You're listening to Sunny 106 and Tri-County TV, and we'll be right back with the Rovers kickoff right after this.
It's football season, and the team at Spitzer Chevrolet GMC Cadillac DuBois is proud to support the Brockway Rovers.
Whether you're a rookie buyer or a seasoned pro, our team can help you find the perfect vehicle at a great price, like a new Chevy Silverado, Equinox, a GMC, or Sierra. Powertrain warranty at no additional cost.
You're always the MVP at Spitzer Chevrolet GMC Cadillac DuBois. Our world revolves around you. Find us at SpitzerGMDuBois.com.
Okay, welcome back to beautiful downtown Brockway on a beautiful evening tonight. The Rovers lead it by a score of 54-6. Yeah, you heard me right, 54-6. There's 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining here in this football game.
Hopefully this game will get over enough time you can make it back to the crazy house and the doors are still unlocked.
Yeah, I hope to make it back to the nursing home on time tonight. Ball is dropped, but picked up there at the 20-yard line, and the runner's going to go backwards. So they're going to mark him down somewhere outside the 15. Maybe they'll mark him forward progress is at the 20, I think. So the Owls will have it from there, and they've got some new players in as well. We'll try to pick up numbers, too, for the Rovers. I know Kennedy's still out there. I know Sprinter's still out there. You can see their numbers.
14, freshman Nico Anzano is in the game now.
Yep. And Zana, that's a kind of a Brockway name, is it not? He's a freshman.
Yep.
Okay, so the Owls look to be much smaller right now. For some reason, maybe it's just my eyes. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Owls have it, moving from our left to our right. Jet motion. That is number 31 on the jet motion. And let's see the ball carrier. We've got good running room there, so he'll get out over the 25-yard line to about the 27-yard line.
You are right, though. Kind of once Brockway brought in their second team is kind of looks like Bradford's team is a bunch of junior high players, just by their height and everything.
Yeah, one thing about Brockway, they've really got rangy players, and they're tall kids.
If you look at their roster, most of their players are over 6'1". I mean, it's almost like a college size team.
Yeah. I mean, I've taken all these years to stay at 5'10". You know, these kids are already at 6'2". Okay, 2nd and 3rd from the 27-yard line. The Owls hand off up the middle again. And it looks like it could be a waste management first down, and I think it is, as the ball carrier will get outside the 30 to about the 32 or 33-yard line. And I believe that on the carry is number 2. That's Shirk. And that is Fabian Shirk. Like that first name. All you folks listening that are my age, remember Fabian. Don't tell me you don't.
Well, I'm not your age, so I won't tell you anything.
Okay, 1st down and 10. So they got themselves a waste management first down, and they have a 1st down and 10 from the 32-yard line. Hand off to the motion man this time, and he's got running room out there, and he is close to another waste management first down, and that number is
number 20.
Is that number 20?
20.
Okay, that's Max Gow. I think that's G-O-W, Gow. He's a freshman, 5'6", and 140 pounds, so he pretty much looks like what we thought. Not very big, very big kid, but good running room that time.
Yeah, nice run there, as we saw on the Rogus replay.
The Rogus replay.
That's really been nice to have this year. It's really been nice.
Yes. I could do the whole game just looking at the screen there, but, I'm not doing that, but I could. 1st down and 10, the 43-yard line now for the Owls. After that waste management first down, jet motion again, and handoff again, number 31, and that is Miller. So Keenan Miller picks up about 5 or 6 yards over there, maybe a little bit more. They're still having a scrum over there on the far sideline. So a Brockway player comes out with the ball, but I think he may have, and that is, I think, 15. I think that is for the Rovers. That would be Logan if it is. Skylar Logan came out with the ball, but I think he got it a little after the whistle.
Yeah.
So
he was hoping they'd see it another way.
Well, he was hoping, but okay, the ball is at the 48-yard line of the Rovers. Clock still running at 5:17. Second down and 1 to go for the Owls. And we've got orbit motion again, handoff right up the middle, and that is a Waste Management first down as the ball carrier gets down near the 40-yard line at about the 42-yard line.
This big hit by Brockway player there. I didn't see who it was, but at least initial contact was a good one.
And it moves the sticks again. Waste Management first down for the Owls.
And you think for Bradford, I mean, I know this is kind of like mop-up time, but the players that they brought out, they're moving the football, so that gives you some hope for who's up and coming.
Yeah, they're having a good time. They're glad to get in there. So the quarterback, whose number I cannot see, but he's under center right now. We've got motion. That's orbit motion. Hand off again off the left side, and he's going to be swarmed as they'll give him perhaps a little bit out of that, maybe a yard.
It's Brady Rosendahl. He's coming in as quarterback.
Okay, gain of 1. Bring up a second down and 9 from the Rover 41-yard line.
And really, you think so for Brockway, other than the touchdown they gave up at the beginning of the game, defensively they've played really well,
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because their defense, I think, has been pretty good all year, really.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the losses, I think their defense has been very good. Of course, they got the players of the game last week. The whole defense did. Yeah. So here's orbit motion again, if we want to call it that. And, again, a handoff inside, and Brockway will recover it. And the recovering player will make it to midfield.
Number 2, that's Schwentner.
And they've had trouble with that play.
Counter play there, yeah.
Yeah, all night long. It happens in very close quarters, and a lot can go wrong with that play.
Well, there the quarterback really didn't put the ball in the pocket that the running back had. He just kind of like tossed it to him in a way.
Yeah, it can be a...
Which I almost wonder if that was an incomplete pass.
Well, if it goes forward, yeah, it goes on the... that sometimes happens that way.
But they can't see that on the Rogus replay like we can.
That is true. Yeah, absolutely true. But it's a good play to tell the officials about, that you do have that play, that it's going to be pushed forward, and if it fails, it'll be a incomplete pass. Just to remind them. Okay, they're still in this. Formation has changed a little bit. They have a wing here to the near side this time, and there's a handoff, and that again is Logan, and he's on his feet still. And that's a Waste Management first down all the way to the 25-yard line. So he is getting his chance, and he's making the most of it.
I tell you, he's closing in on a pretty good game.
Yeah, he's coming on the handoff here. So
it's 25-yard play there.
We may have to make that young man the player of the game.
Maybe,
who knows?
Hey, maybe. I mean, everybody else has kind of played like you would expect them to play.
Yes.
But he's, very... nice thing for the coaching staff to see somebody like that.
Absolutely. Another Waste Management first down by Scott or Logan. And again, slot to the far side. And there's a handoff. Logan has it again, still on his feet. And he's got good moves, I'll tell you. He's still on his feet. And he's going to take it in. Skylar Logan.
Whoa, nice.
Look out. They found themselves a running back. I mean, with 2:33. He will score again and makes it 60-6 right now. And Logan looks like a starter, on this team. The way he's been running tonight, he's quick.
Yeah.
And here goes the Rogus replay here, and he's got great moves, good instincts, and he just runs through everybody. And he will take it in again. So the Rovers scoring 60 big ones tonight, and here comes Basic for the extra point. Addison Basic, number 13. I don't know if that's a good number for a kicker to be wearing, but anyway, for those people that are superstitious, kick is up, and it is good. So at the 2:23 mark, it is 61-6 in favor of the Rovers. You're listening to Sunny 106 on Tri-County TV. We'll be right back after these messages.
Verichetti Holdings LP, which includes Phoenix Sintered Metals, Superior Energy Resources, and Allegheny Electric Service, is proud to support our hometown Brockway Rovers football team. Phoenix Sintered Metals specializes in powder metal technology and manufacturing for the automotive, agricultural, HVAC, and medical markets. Superior Energy Resources is a leader in providing 24/7 on-site support to the oil and gas industry across the East Central U.S. Allegheny Electric Service is committed to providing expert electrical resources. On the field or in the workplace, excellence, teamwork, and responsibility make the difference. Go Rovers!
Okay, we're back. We have 2:23 remaining in this one. It is 61-6. So those of you that are rooting for the Owls and looking for a comeback, probably not tonight.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough with running the offense that they run, and well, honestly, by even the second string for Brockway, they've been pretty dominant too.
A lot of new numbers on the field right now for this kickoff. In fact, our kicker is, I think, going to be basic this time, and so he's going to approach the ball, and it's going to be nice and high and not real deep, taking it about the 16-yard line, but there is a stop in the play here. So
I think with basic, he just took too long to get to the football, and somebody was offsides, I think.
Okay, well, that'll move him back 5.
He did a big stutter step there at the end.
I think he's trying to set it up so he can kick it from into the end zone from here, just to show off the leg, if you will.
Yeah. Just padding the stats here, and it's worth noting, since we talk about padding the stats, that Brockway's not in any ways trying to run up the score as some teams do. They have players who want to play, and it's your job to stop them. They're not throwing deep passes; they're running the football.
Absolutely right. They played a lot of young kids here in the fourth period, if not most of the fourth period, and here comes the kick again. And it is low this time, going to bounce around, be taken at the 27-yard line, and be nailed there, and that is Weir. So Weir with the hit.
That we've been talking about where the hit of the game
was. That could be it right there.
That might be the hit of the game.
Yeah, that was Weir with a full head of steam, and we'll watch it on the Ruggles replay here. And Weir's going to come up, and he is going to make contact right there, and that kid goes backwards, and what truck was that hit me?
Yeah, you don't want to stop when you're on the kickoff return team, especially when you're the one with the football in your hands.
No, definitely not. So the ball's going to be put at the 35-yard line. 2:10 on the running clock here, remaining in this one, and you're hearing it right when I say 61-6. That is exactly what it is, and so kind of is what we expected here tonight, as the Owls will have it. There was some motion and a handoff across the left side. That, I think, is number 21. And that is Evans. So Bentley Evans, there's an interesting first name, huh? Bentley. He's a freshman, 5'8", 170. Got a good Welch last name, Evans. Yeah. So that'll bring up a second down now, and 8 from the 37 of the Owls as they move from our left to our right. And so, it makes a long season, too, not only for the players, but for the people that are rooting for them, for their fans, for their families, They just, it's a tough season for them, too.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes motion again. And back to pass is the QB. Got a man open out here, but cannot get him. That is number 21. That's Bentley Evans, who could not make the catch. A little bit too far for him.
We're under a minute left to go here.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 37-yard line. So the Owls will have a
long ride home, too.
Oh, my word. Yeah, a long ride home.
That's one of those where you just kind of go to sleep and try to forget about it.
Yeah. Yep. Some things we just need to let behind us.
Mm-hmm.
If we think about them all the time, we're going backwards or tripping over them. That lineman was either real fast or
at this point in time, they're just like, just let it go.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? Why? Okay, so that may well be the last play of this one. I think it probably will be, as we are down to 14 seconds remaining here. I think the Owls will say, okay, I think that's probably enough right now. So they're working off. So our final score will be the Rovers 61 and the Bradford Owls will be 6. And so we'll be back with our wrap-up of this one right after these messages.
If you love your RV, but it may need some TLC.
Get it campsite ready with Star's Trailer Sales. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, Star's has the bays and the RVIA trained service technicians to get your camper back on the road.
Including a fully stocked RV parts and accessory store.
Satellite services, hitches and wiring, LP gas service, and more.
Order parts, set an appointment. Check out our trailer inventory at starstrailersales.com.
That's STARRS trailersales.com. Route 219 in Brockway.
Your full service RV dealership since 1968.
Buy the Baxter bag from WM. It's a dumpster in a bag. Fill it with up to 3,300 pounds of household debris. At half the size of a large dumpster, it's perfect for do-it-yourselfers. You fill it up, we pick it up, whenever you're ready. From cleanups to renovations. Buy, fill, gone. Available online and at home improvement retailers.
Yardworks makes your backyard dreams come true.
With landscaping and hardscaping services to create your own oasis.
Get custom outdoor kitchens for as low as $75 a month.
A spacious patio with fire pit, fully landscaped, and lighting as low as $175 per month.
And a pavilion for just $75 a month.
All hardscaping is backed by an industry-leading 72-month warranty.
Pre-qualify and get the details at yardworksco.com.
Serving the Tri-County area. Get an estimate today.
yardworksco.com. PA 6025.
Welcome back, Frank Verschetti Field. Final score 61-6 in favor of Brockway. This is our post-game report, and it will include our Spitzer Auto World Player of the Game.
Well, we talked about the player of the game, and so many kids were involved in the offense tonight that made some plays. But what impressed us most was the young guy coming in there, Logan, and scoring 2 touchdowns and really getting a lot of yards in a very short period of time. And so touchdowns, yeah. And I think that we both agreed that he would be our player of the game. And so Skylar Logan, the sophomore, 5'9", 160, we're going to give him that tonight and just encourage us a little hard.
And it's worth noting that the players who were out more at the beginning of the game, honestly, they played like we expected them to play. There was a lot of great players making great plays. Weir ran the ball well for a couple touchdowns. You had Doherty in the game. Aiden Patton made some really great throws and some good reads, and I think he ran one in there for a touchdown too.
Yeah.
So, nothing, not taking away their performance at all. It was a great effort by everybody. We talked about potentially even the offensive line because they did such a great job opening the path for all those running backs to have so many yards. But you don't get a chance very much to praise a player at the end of the game. And Skylar Long came in and he's like, look, I want some yards. I want to show the coaches that I should maybe be playing more than I am.
Yeah, that's the deal. You get the opportunity, then when you get it, take advantage of it. And that's exactly what he did. And so I think he deserves to be the player of the game. I really do.
Yeah, and so what else do we have here? We've got the play of the game. Play of the game, which we kind of discussed here. There were so many plays of the game, but really the most pivotal one was right after Brockway had tied the score up 6-all. Patton found Carter Himes down the seam and long touchdown pass to him, and that's kind of what started the route. So for us, that was the play of the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We had the hit of the game.
Yeah, the hit of the game is sponsored by, where did I see that at? Zana and Malillo. The hit of the game was really, we talked about how when games become lopsided, you get one team that starts to play a little bit more intense and the other one's kind of like licking their wounds, and that's what happened at the end when they kicked the ball off and Colin Weir just pasted one of the players for Bradford, and so that was our hit of the game.
Yeah, obviously there were a lot of hits in the game, but that one was the most outstanding one. The one that sticks out is that one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he definitely deserves that award tonight. So, well, again, our final score, 61-6 kind of tells it all, and Bradford's had that kind of year.
Mm-hmm.
They came into the game at 1-5, so now they're 1-6. But of course, Brockway coming at 4-2. And now 5-2. So Brockway, though, next week will be a little different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the trip. First of all, they got the long trip, and they're going to be at Karn City. Karn City's always tough. They're going to be tough, and they're going to have misdirection. Everybody defensively going to have to stay home. If they don't, they'll get burned in the inside scissors. At least that's one of the plays they could get burned on. They've got a counter too. So
Karn City's kind of like Clarion, where you really can't look at the record because that's a game where you have to look at who they're playing against and just what was happening that night, because they're a team that any week they can come out and they can lay a lot on you. And unfortunately, unlike Bradford's offense, we saw it with Clarion with this wing and movements. You just grind and grind and grind, get a touchdown, grind and grind and grind, get a touchdown, and you get to the point where you can control the clock. And if you keep doing that, you just impose your will on the other team.
Yeah, and let's face it, tonight there was no way the Owls are going to control the varied offense that the Rovers threw at them, and so the score certainly reflects that. So we hope that if you can't make it to the game next week, that you'll tune us in on Sunny 106, Tri-County TV. It'll be there for you. And next week, Joe Greco is going to be with me for the long haul. Then Jared's going to be back with me the week after as we go to Ridgeway.
Is that a Friday night game, or is that a?
The Thursday night game will be the last game of the regular season. That's going to be Port Allegheny. We got Thursday night. Yeah. So, and recent folks, if you don't know, I mean, the reason that we have these Thursday night games is the fact there's a shortage of officials, and so the officials that are still working have to, kind of work it out. And that's why even you might have it early on. We had a Saturday game, and so forth. So it's just going to be that way. Okay. Well, so our final score again. The Rovers 61, the Owls 6. We hope you'll join us next week if you can't make it to the game on, as I said, Tri-County TV and Sunny 106. And for Jared Holbrook, this is Bill Everett saying good night and God bless.
Tonight's broadcast of Brockway Rovers football streaming live on Tri-County TV and Sunny 106 was made possible by Joe's Tuck Shop, Stars Trailer Sales, Hugh Water, Yardworks, Clyde Ferrero, DeLulo Transport, Jim's Custom and Collision, Inzana and Melillo, Spitzer Chevy GMC and Cadillac of DuBois, Fran Morelli, Ferrero Crook and Ferrero, Napa Auto Parts of DuBois, Smith Lawn and Landscaping, VSI, Acrisure, and Waste Management. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next game.